Hola. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Gracias. Hello, hello. Hello. Hi, Lisa. Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Daisy. Hello, Polo is in the house. Fireball Friday. Go check him out. Are we going to do Fireball Friday? Fireball Friday with Polo. Polo's house. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Polo's in the house. All right. Yes, good to see you. Oh, Fireball Friday. Check, check Polo out. Check him out. Check him out. Hello, Cece. The coffee is coughing in it today. Hit that like button. Hit the like button. We are talking about Virginia and what she went through with Epstein. It was horrible. It was horrible. This live is trigger warning. So it's going to be a little hard to watch and listen to. Good morning, Lisa. Lisa, how are you? It's the new Mimi show. Yeah. Trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. Give me a couple of more minutes. I'll pull it up. Thank you, Daisy. It's good to see you. Hello, Fluffy. It's so good to see you, wonderful people. Beautiful people. Thank you so much, Cece. Cece, do you want to be a moderator? Listen, I'll make you a mod. No pressure, okay? You and Daisy? There you go. You're always helping the channel out. Why not? Oh, Daisy became a member. Whoa. Thank you. Let's put some hearts in the chat for Daisy Lee for becoming a member to the channel. There you go. All I ask is if we're going to time someone out or kick them out, just kind of let me know. Under fair use. Oh, that's okay. You don't have to be over here all the time when I'm a content. You can, when I'm live, sweetheart. Just come when you done. You are a moderator for Stone Paxton. That's pretty impressive. No wonder you're so good at it. You and Daisy. Daisy, did you used to be a mod? Because you're very good at it too. I don't have to like say anything. Polo, you want to be a mod? I'm gonna make Polo a mod. I'm not a very good mod either. I'm a mod at Kamari's. Kamari. Okay, I got me some moderators. Yeah, Daisy is a great mod, and so is CC. And CC, you don't have to mod over here. Okay, sweetheart, don't feel like you're obligated. You just put up a lot of things for me, and I appreciate it. Let's put on some music. Lady Leisha. Oh, did you hear how Megan's talking about in yesterday? It's so old. It's getting old that it didn't bother me. Oh, you're a judge for Judge Shady Court. You're a mod. Wow, look at you. Yeah, don't feel like if I'm live and you guys are here, I appreciate it. If you have to go, because I do long lives, you know, um, don't feel obligated, okay? Because I have a few mods. The boxing trolls. The boxing trolls will come if I mod. I don't know, Lisa. Lisa, they left. They left. Now, I know Demon Dictator is still around, but like, I don't know. Snowdrop is busy. Doodoo Bird is asleep around this time. And so, yeah. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, guys, let's get started with the video with Virginia. It's trigger warning. This is going to be trigger warning for sure. Let me pull her up. Ain't no good in Jeffrey Epstein. The way he treated you was really poorly. Hi, Pickles. How are you guys doing out there today? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Join me in finding out what happened to Virginia. I've never seen this video before. We're halfway done with it. I want your insight on it, please, and your comments are needed. Fantastic Fireball Friday. Fantastic Fireball Friday. Polo's Porch. All right, let's get into it.
But I also believe that our society is very corrupt, and, you know, I don't think he'll ever pay for what he's done to me. That's just the sad reality of it, though.
How did you learn that
She's
you were going to be
right.
trafficked to him?
He never paid for his crimes. He was unalive, allegedly, but he never paid for his sins, his crimes that he committed on all these young girls. There's a special place for him. Polo, I always get excited for Friday night to come onto the porch. Oh, I'll be in the bushes. I'll come and say hi. Me too, Polo. I'm definitely going to come say hello.
I, was woken up by Guylaine in the morning and told I was going to meet a prince. And up till then, I should have known, but I didn't even know that I was going to be trafficked that night to him. And we went shopping, and Prince Andrew came over, and we talked in Guylaine's foyer, study, or living room, whatever you want to call it, in the townhouse. And then we went to Club Tramp, and he danced with me, and he's a horrific dancer, by the way, and he sweats a lot, and he smells funny.
He sweats a lot and he smells funny. That's what she said about Andrew. He sweats a lot. That's where that sweating comes in Andrew's video. Trigger warning, trigger warning. Thank you, Polo. You're doing a wonderful job as a moderator. You and Daisy. Thank you, guys. I'm so impressed. I am so impressed. I believe her too. So Andrew is sweaty, smells funny, she said, but he said he doesn't sweat. Who do we believe? It's interesting to hear her talk about her abuser, one of them anyway. And there's a laundry list of abusers. And it just seems like that list should be given to us. Here's the list of perpetrators. Okay, thank you, Cece. Hello, Mary. Yes, we're having a get together tonight. I hope you're coming to join us. I'm going to try to do it around 7 tonight. We're going to have a trivia night. I'm going to give away some prizes and games. I'm going to give away some money. I'm going to do some trivia on not just Meghan and Harry. I'm going to do trivia on Epstein. We'll do trivia on everything. Okay? Okay, Polo's going to work. Yeah, Cece, she's no longer with us. The chatters. Yes, that's right, Daisy Lee. The victims, because that's what they are.
And then we get in the car, and Andrew's not in the car with us. He's in the car behind us with his security guards. And Guylaine tells me in the car that I have to do what I do for Giuffre for Prince Andrew. And that's when I learned what was going to happen. It wasn't a shock, put it that way. I mean, I was shocked.
Ooh, Prince Andrew, you're being implicated in Virginia's situation. what she went through. Whoa, that's some big news. Again, this is my first time watching this interview. That speaks volumes. I just can't help but to think, why was he singled out the only person? Because he's a prince? Because he's across the pond? I just wonder what else she saw and seen that she's not telling us. Oh, okay, Daisy. I'll try to do it as earlier as possible. Okay, so it won't be so late for you. Unless I do it really late, like around 9 or 10. Let me see. I may do it around 9 or 10. That might be in the morning for you, Daisy.
That royalty was involved, but it wasn't a shock that Ghislaine and Epstein would traffic me out to yet another individual, which is what he was to me at the end of the day. He was just another individual. In my mind, I lost all respect for royalty then and there.
How many times were you trafficked to him?
3 times.
How old were you?
I believe I was 17. There's a photograph out there that's widely shared around, and on the original document, it has the date on the printed date on the printed version of the photograph, which puts me at 17.
So as you know, Prince Andrew denies the allegations against him, and he says that this photo is a fake, that he was never there, and that he's not his arm.
Andrew, you were sleeping with someone that was almost younger than your daughter or the same age as your daughters, and you thought that was okay? Shame on you. Hello, Leslie. We have the same last name. Oh, welcome. So good to see you. Come on in, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. We're moving on up. We're moving to 7,000 subscribers. We can do this, especially by the end of this year. And all you have to do is share the live, share the love.
And they're not his fingers.
Oh, the chubby fingers. I know. And on the original document, it has the date on the printed date on the printed version of the photograph, which puts me at 17.
He has the photograph with her.
So as you know, Prince Andrew denies the allegations against him, and he says that this photo is a fake, that he was never there, and that he's not his arm, and they're not his fingers.
Oh, the chubby fingers. I know. I mean, these are the...
He said that's not him. That's not his hand. The chubby fingers. That's not his arm around her. That's what Andrew is protesting. Please hit the like or do. Please hit that button. Kick me smooth into another algorithm, guys. Okay? Please hit the like adoos. We are the adoos over here. That's what we are called, the adoos. My lovely adoos. And the fan is our mascot. So put some fans in the chat. 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 She was taken advantage of by Andrew 3 times.
The lame excuses that keeps coming up with. I mean, these aren't his fingers, really.
Whose hand is that then? Whose hand is that, Andrew? You got your hand around her waist. Look at Maxwell pimping her out. What a sick. That's right, Daisy and Pickles and Marine. Hello, lovely Marine. Welcome. It's so good to see you. Hit that like a do, like a do, like a do. We are the ados, the fans. Yes, honey, yes. Loving you guys. Okay, here we go.
He knows he was there.
Look at this. Look at his fat hands. And he sweats, she said. And he has an odor. He smells peculiar. You are guilty, Andrew, of messing with this 17-year-old. How? Andrew is despicable because he could have been the one to help save these girls if he had spoke out. What about Andrew speaking out for these girls? No, he was participating. But nobody gonna help these women, these girls? Xanadu. Xanadu. Okay. We're the Xanadu's. Adoos. Should we be Xanadu's or just Adoos? Xanadu's? Mary Taylor. Oh, you're so sweet. Should we be Xanadu's or that's not cute? You guys decide, either Xanadu's or Adoos. I kind of like the Xanadu's.
Ghislaine knows he was there. This is Ghislaine's townhouse. I remember that night so well. I know he knows, unless he's abused that many girls, that he can't keep track of how many. But those are his fingers. That is Andrew. This photo has been verified as an original, and it's been since given to the FBI.
Wow.
Who now hold the original document, and they've never contested that it's a fake.
Yeah,
and I know it's real. And he needs to stop with all of these lame excuses.
We're my Xanadu's.
This is a real photo.
And that was the first time you met him.
And that's the very first time I met him. The photo was taken off of one of my
there we go,
small
Lisa,
yellow
Lisa.
Kodak, the old disposable photos before we all had iPhones. So it was taken off of that.
Xanadu's. I like the Xanadu.
And that's a photo that I carried around from my past.
Because that's what we are.
Taken by Jeffrey Epstein.
Taken by Jeffrey Epstein. And
it'll start growing on you in a minute. Watch. As you say it enough, it'll start growing on you. Xanadu's. Hello, Xanadu's. Yep, Xanadu's. Yes. What did she say? Look at this picture, guys. Look at Andrew with Virginia. Like, he can't deny it. You can't lie your way out of that one, Andrew. You didn't know her. Those aren't your fingers. You don't have your arm wrapped around her. It's an AI image of you. Xanadu. Oh, it does, Daisy Lee. Olivia Newton-John. Xanadu. Xanadu. I remember that song. You guys remember that song? How does it go? Xanadu? I forgot. I know. Let's get physical. Physical. I want to get physical. Let's get into physical. Xanadu's. Yep. Xanadu. Xanadu. I've never heard of that either, Marine. I've never heard of anyone that didn't sweat for any reason. He said he had a condition. Lying. Your body wouldn't function properly as you unable to regulate your temperature. Ooh, interesting. Let me know if the music is too loud.
There's Ghislaine Maxwell. There's The Flash. That's me at 17. And that's Prince Andrew with his chubby fingers.
Just chubby.
The third
fingers.
time that you encountered Prince Andrew, you were trafficked to him. Were you alone with him? Was it just you and him in that at that time?
No, there were a lot of younger girls with us, and it was very shocking. It was hugely shocking to see these poor girls in the same situation that I was. And a lot of them don't even speak English, so I couldn't imagine what would have been going through their heads too.
Yeah, ugly fingers.
And when you say
chubby
the younger
fingers.
girls, what age were they?
Shelly.
I don't know, because beyond they couldn't speak English, we weren't really allowed to talk to each other. That was just one of Giuffre's many rules. But they looked young. They looked between 16 to 20.
How many young women with you that day or night?
I believe there were 8. From recollection, that's what I remember. You know.
Did you have any conversations with Prince Andrew?
Rules. But they looked young. They looked between 16 to 20.
How many young women with you that day or night?
I believe there were 8.
8 women?
From recollection.
To do what?
I remember. You know.
Did you have any conversations with Prince Andrew during these encounters?
Not really. I was there to look pretty, smile, nod my head, don't make waves. You know, we were just there for show. We weren't anything important to them at all. We weren't even a human being to them.
Yeah, like what do they mean, 8 women at one time?
We were just another toy to be passed around. And
I'm confused. I'm a little confused by that statement. 8 ladies at that time. Oh, that was how many women he had at that particular time, allegedly. Got it. And he rotated the women. Yeah. Got it.
That's what they did.
And that's what you felt from Prince Andrew, that you were a toy?
I wasn't even in the category of being a human being. I was just a toy to be used. You know, I was lower than a dog to them. You know, I wasn't even a puppy to be played with. I was just a toy. Like they just made you feel like you're not even acknowledged as being alive or there or important or cared for or worried about in any way. None of those human emotions were attached to me when I was trafficked to Prince Andrew.
What about your emotions when you learned, after the first time that it was to happen a second time and then it was to happen a third time? What was your reaction to that?
disgusted every time, just absolutely disgusted. There wasn't one time that I was trafficked to any individual that I thought, oh, he's an okay guy. No, I was always disgusted that there were so many people involved in this highly organized sex trafficking operation. The surprise element just kept sinking further and further and further, and you're just, again, you almost become numb to it, numb and disgusted.
To see that photo of Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein in Central Park after Jeffrey Epstein has served time for abusing girls, what do you think when you see that photo?
I think it's two maniacal individuals who help each other get what they want. I mean, they're just two of a like mind, you know. They both love having sex with young women. They both, and girls, they both think that they can get away with everything, that they're above society. And, you know, for a long time, Jeffrey was. He proved it, didn't he? I mean, he didn't even serve time for what he should have served time for.
No.
I mean, he got away with 2 counts of soliciting a minor for prostitution. Right. Listen to that sentence alone. Soliciting a minor for prostitution. How is that even a sentence?
Yeah, what the hell is that? What the hell is that? Some slap on the hand? Shame on you, Epstein. We're going to charge you with a, what did she call it? Sexual acts with a minor. What the heck is that?
That they're above society. And, you know, for a long time, Jeffrey was. He proved it, didn't he? I mean, he didn't even serve time for what he should have served time for.
Right.
I mean, he got away with 2 counts of soliciting a minor for prostitution.
Soliciting a minor for prostitution. Soliciting a minor for prostitution. That's what he was charged with. Sounds like a bigger problem than just how they're passing it on to be. Solicitation of a minor. That's sad. That's really bad. That's what you did to these women. Hello, Leslie.
Listen to that sentence alone. Soliciting a minor for prostitution. How is that even a sentence? I mean, the language needs to change. How about abusing a minor and trafficking her for sex? That's what he did. And even if it happened to one,
there you go. Put it out there.
He didn't even serve time for what he should have served time for. I mean, he got away with 2 counts of soliciting a minor for prostitution. Listen to that sentence alone. Soliciting a minor for prostitution. How is that even a sentence? I mean, the language needs to change. How about abusing a minor and trafficking her for sex? That's what he did. And even if it happened to one victim of his, he should have been thrown away for a long time.
Yes.
He got away with it. So when he told me he could get away with everything, he proved it to me. Language needs to change. How about abusing a minor and trafficking her for sex? That's what he did.
Abusing a minor. How about rape in a minor and soliciting? This is something, guys. Okay, Demon Dictator, good to see you. Exactly, Mary. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
even if it happened to one victim of his, he should have been thrown away
Yeah.
for a long time.
A long time.
He got away with it. So when he told me he could get away with everything, he
got away with it. They let him out. And as soon as they let him out, him and Andrew got together and were in New York hanging out. He went right back into doing what he was doing before they arrested him. There was no consequences. They let him out. Wow, it blows my mind. You know? It does. It really, really does. They should have protected Epstein knowing what he knew. They should have protected him. And they didn't. The system failed him.
proved it to me.
Because I would love to hear what he has to say about what he did and how he's going to talk his way out of this. I hate that he wasn't being able to be brought to justice for his crimes with raping these women. Because that's how I feel about the situation, because they were young. Yeah, Mary, yes. I don't know where the parents were. Obviously, these kids were kids that didn't have that family life. And that's when he took advantage of them. It's very unfortunate.
In 2010, Andrew is seen peeking around the corner from the Epstein mansion here in New York. This was a man breaking off relations with Jeffrey Epstein, apparently.
I'm sorry.
So Andrew is in Epstein's mansion in New York, and you see him open the door and peek out. It's so weird. And then when they interview Andrew, they ask him, why did you stay with Epstein? He said, for convenience. He didn't think it was a big deal. But this was after he knew that he was a PDF file. Andrew knew because of that picture. He's so guilty. Yes, Leslie. There's a lot of dysfunctional stuff going on.
I'm calling BS on that one. You don't travel halfway around the world to break up with a friend.
Thank you.
I mean,
I'm calling BS on it too, Virginia. Andrew says he connects with a friend. He connects with him to tell him he doesn't want anything to do with Epstein anymore. Andrew. So instead of calling him on the phone and telling him, look, man, let's stay away from each other. There's a lot of heat going on with you. He meets him in person and stays at his mansion. That is not somebody that
he's an idiot for even thinking that anyone buys that story.
Yeah, he's an idiot thinking that anybody buys that he doesn't sweat, because he has a condition that makes him not be able to sweat. He's got a lot of false narratives going on.
I don't buy it. Not for 1 second. He wasn't there to break up with Jeffrey Epstein. It's just another one of his pitiful excuses. And frankly, I think the world's sick of hearing it.
Yeah.
What was he there for?
I wasn't there in 2010, so I can't tell you what he was there for. But I'm pretty sure the viewers can use their imaginations.
What?
How do you respond?
Okay, help me out, guys. When he got out of jail, he went back to doing the same thing he was doing while he got caught. So he went right back into it because Maxwell was there to greet him. And so Andrew had himself smack dead in the middle of it, all over there at Epstein's apartment, looking like an idiot, peeking out the window. Like, what are you doing? Get your princeness home before you get a spanking. It's too late. Andrew's in some serious, serious trouble. His actions after Epstein got out is just grotesque. One last shindig. Exactly. Is that what it was, Andrew? You needed one more shindig? One more shindig before it all comes crumbling. That makes you extra scummy. We're going to get into his interview. We are. We're going to watch his interview, and hopefully we get to it today. Right, Leslie, how they was going to cover it up and still doing it all at the same time. He only met back up with him to discuss how they were going to cover up the mess. Or how much do they know what's going on with you? Just, I agree.
To the palace's reaction that what you're saying is a lie.
It's expected, right? Because of course they're not going to admit to it.
The palace said it was a lie. That is interesting. The palace. There's a difference between him denying it and the palace denying it, because the palace wouldn't know. And if that is the case, that they're saying that it didn't happen, I don't believe that. I need to see it. Let me rewind that.
But it's all what he was there for. But I'm pretty sure the viewers can use their imaginations.
How do you respond to the palace's reaction that what you're saying is a lie?
Ooh, shame on you, palace. Can we confirm that? Can we confirm that? Did the palace say that Virginia Giuffre was lying about Andrew? Prince Andrew has consistently denied. Yes, but I'm talking about the palace. Andrew denies it. Photo authenticity. In his 2019 interview, Andrew suggested a photograph of him with Virginia could have been faked. However, a 2015 email revealed in 2026 appeared to show the photo was real. Check this out. Settlement. That's that 12 million legal actions. Yeah, I don't see. When they say palace, they're saying Andrew, okay? So they're not saying that the palace is denying it, but it's Andrew that is denying it. So I was taking that literally. The palace said it was a lie, but then they paid her off. Daisy Lee, I didn't see it where they said it was a lie. No, I know Andrew was denying it and lying, but I just want to see where that is with the palace. Like, I need to see that so I can pass judgment. In his interview, when he was accused of sweating profusely, you can tell he was almost embarrassed. Okay, so Demons don't feel embarrassed. Demons don't feel embarrassment. Wow, says Turbo. You're right, because that's some demonic stuff that Andrew was doing. Shame on him. He knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly why Epstein had got arrested and running over there to say something to him. It was just all up in it. He was all up in it. All his whole actions from when Epstein got out of jail was questionable. Hello, Control. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's good to see you.
It's expected, right? Because of course they're not going to admit to it. But it's also infuriating because nobody who hurt me has taken accountability in any way, shape, or form. Everyone that has hurt me has denied it. So yeah, I'm curious about it. But then again, it's just that cold, hard fact that what can we do? What can I do? I can't go make a citizen's arrest on Prince Andrew. Trust me, I'd love to go knock at Buckingham Palace and put him in handcuffs and lock him away for the rest of his life like he deserves, but I can't do that. That's just the cold, hard reality of how bad, how deep, how dark this rabbit hole goes down.
Do you know through either Maxwell or Epstein, or can you guess how many other young women in your situation were trafficked to Prince Andrew?
I don't know, and I don't like to speculate on anything. I know it happened to me, and I know there were those victims on Epstein's island, but I don't know how many. I mean, if they were as close as, seeing each other as much as they saw each other, then one could only assume that I wasn't the only one.
In terms of your experience with Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, when did you first become aware that there were other girls? It wasn't just you, that there was a whole network caught up in this web?
Pretty early on. I mean, I started seeing the revolving girls in and out quite quickly. And during my training period, they told me I need to bring girls into him.
She did. She said he smelled bad.
To keep Jeffrey happy. And I was really crappy at it.
So how were you expected to recruit girls? What did you have to do?
So Ghislaine would try to train me and teach me how to do it. And she would say, approach a beautiful young woman. And he had a particular type of girl that he wanted, which was the girl next door. And of course, he told me and she told me the younger, the better.
Wow.
And you would approach them and you would ask them, you're very beautiful. Would you like to be a model? I know somebody who can get you into the modeling world. And so I really sucked because I'd walk up to a girl and I'd be like, I know this rich old dude that likes massages, but they're not your normal massages. And if you want, you can come back with me and make $200.
Wow.
Generally, girls would just run, which is great, right? So, I mean, I feel like I've done myself justice that way. But, I mean, there were a few girls that I did bring in. And out of everything that I'm sorry for in my entire life, that's it.
Wow. Maxwell was grooming her. She was being groomed to bring in other girls, young ladies like herself. You can't tell me that this woman didn't go through hell with this Epstein guy. He took her innocence away. He took everything away from her. A troll. Mary Ball do Kiki. This poor woman, may she rest in peace. Let's get back to it. We're almost
How big
done
was the
with
pressure on you
this.
to do that?
Oh, huge. I was constantly getting in trouble for not bringing girls in. Ghislaine constantly came down hard on me. You're not doing it right. We need to do it better. Watch me. I'll go and do it right now and show you how to do it. She was brilliant.
Oh,
at getting girls to believe her. But who wouldn't? It's another woman. She's an older woman who looks nice and is approachable, and you immediately trust her because she just fits that box of, you're safe with a woman. If a man were to come up and offer you something like that, you can turn your head and run, right? But when a woman does it, you're automatically, oh, it must be okay. It's a woman.
Yeah.
They had a double act down pat.
Like, no one's going to put me in a situation where they're going to harm me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you tend to trust the woman, and then you get in there and she's the predator. Okay? Who forgot to hit the like button? What Fanadu forgot to hit the like button? Fanadoos. Who forgot to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button? Get it up there, guys. Get it up there, guys. Come on. We can do this together. Guess what? If I can get to 7,000 and push my channel out there more, I may be able to do this full time, and I won't have to go back in corporate America. Epstein must have abused hundreds of if not thousands of children in his life. Exactly. He's going to rot. I bet you he's rotten. Trigger warning, sensitive topics, 18 and older viewers only. Please watch with care. Thank you, Daisy Lee. Please watch with care. Hello, Zoe. Fanadoos. Put some fans in the chat if you're enjoying yourself. Put some fans in the chat. I love our situation. Our Fanadoos. I love it. Ooh, I got to get some newer fans and some better ones. Yeah. Hello, Control. Marine. In the house. Daisy Lee. Lisa.
Didn't they?
They knew exactly what they were doing, and they had worked long and hard to perfect it. That's why I call it the pyramid scheme. So when I was procured by Ghislaine was still doing the procuring, and eventually that shifted to another girl bringing in another girl who would bring in another girl who would, so on and so forth. And that's how the bevy of the revolving door came around, is because it was just that constant influx of people. And we're not just talking about here in New York. We're not, this is New York, this is Palm Beach, this is California, this is Paris, this is London, this is wherever Epstein was touching down. He needed to have girls on constant call. And I think if you look through the black book and you look through the phone numbers, you'll see in every single state or every place that he goes to, he's already got people lined up and makers making that happen, calling them. We need you here at 3 p.m. to, Giuffre wants to see you at 3 p.m. And when Giuffre wants to see you at 3 p.m., you've got to be there at 3 p.m. and you know what you're there for. You're not there to have a cup of tea.
Tell me about these girls. What were their backgrounds? What were their ages?
Majority of them were very vulnerable girls. I mean, I think they had Ghislaine and Giuffre had a really, I don't know what to call it, like an inkling or a sniffer. They were really good at
really great
finding the vulnerable ones, and they were great at playing on that. So a lot of their backgrounds had come from similar backgrounds to me, whether it be abuse or poverty or drugs or whatever, like the life that they'd already experienced has already been a hard life. And so of course, you offer this person a chance to become a model, a massage therapist, an actress, a personal assistant. I mean, the list goes on, right? And they offer you this better lifestyle, but you have to do this on the side. So, I mean, the girls ranged in all different ages. I mean, there were girls as young as 12, and there were
12. 12. That breaks my heart. Mary, try typing in fan, and see if that'll come up. See if the fan will come up if you type the word fan. Really? Lisa, where did you get your fan emoji? Wow, yeah. I don't know where the fan. I know, Cece. What's going on with that? They need to do an investigation. 12 years old. I don't know where the fan is either, but they are beautiful. That's sad. Let's keep going.
Or women as old as, well, Ghislaine was in her 40s. So I mean, and it didn't make sense to me because they always said the younger the better. So I've never understood what part some of these other women had to play in it. But that's what I said. There's so many sides to Jeffrey Epstein. No one will really understand this uniquely complex human being.
But you have no doubt he was having sex with a 12-year-old.
I was told by him that he was having sex with 3 12-year-olds sent by John.
Oh. Oh, that hurt me. I'm not going to rewind that. I can't see the floating. Let me see. Mary, I don't see the floating hearts. Can you see the floating hearts? No. I typed fan in the search bar and it came up. See, I thought it would come up for me, but it didn't. And maybe you might have an iPhone. iPhone probably has more emojis than, and that probably has nothing to do with nothing. But that was really just bad for me because I'm thinking of my little girl. She's 12 years old. They're babies. They're babies. Epstein, you pedophile. I mean, hello, Kia. Not this woman. She was no victim. You know she helped get other girls for $200. She admitted that she was grown to do that, Kia. But I don't think that I think she's still a victim. I really do. Get me in the algorithm. Come on. Guys, guess what? If I get 100 likes, I get kicked into another algorithm and we can float out there and get some new people. Wouldn't that be cool? I love the Fanadoos. She helped them. She can say anything she said, and so is Giuffre also. Why didn't her parents call the police and report her missing? Who was missing? Virginia said she never told her family. She never told her parents. So they never knew that this was going on with her. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm on my desktop. It also comes up on my phone. I have an Android. I just tried to do fan. Let me do hand fan. No. How are you not going to come up? What is this? Yeah, mine's not working. Kia. I like her name. It's beautiful. Click the heart in the lower right hand side. You'll boost Lady Letitia's algorithm. Okay, the hearts. Give me some hearts, guys. Celebrate me. Oh, yes, yes. I see them coming up. I see the hearts floating up. Thank you, thank you. Don't forget the like-a-do button. Like-a-do, like-a-do. Don't forget the like-a-do button. I love that. It's the like-a-do button. The like-a-do button. Pick it up and bend it. Welcome to the fake-a-do, fan-a-doos. Fake-a-doos, excuse me, sorry. Fan-a-doos. You got to be more careful. Mine's an iPhone. See? Oh, mine's an Android. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have a fan-a-doos. Yeah, I think the iPhone does. How does a 17-year-old not come home from school? Did you at 8 and 10 years was found in a suitcase in Connecticut? That is so sad, Kia. But some kind of way, her parents wasn't concerned about her, obviously, and didn't do more. And, you know, they are accountable for that. Algorithm, heart, 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 heart. The hearts go up. The hearts go up. Thank you for the hearts. That's fun. That is, oh, I got some celebratory things. I got some heart-a-doos. Hello, and some smiles. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's so cute. Pick it up and bend it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the hearts and the smiles. Ooh, Marine. Fanadoo, girl. Yeah, we're the Fanadoos. She was groomed from a young age. Yes, she did help recruit, but that was what all the girls did to survive. She spoke out and took them down for that. She was their survivor. I like that comment, Demon Dictator. That makes perfect sense. Oh, Daisy Lee, look at the hearts, are beautiful. Yes, but I don't know her history. I don't know what happened with her and her family. I don't know the details of that. All I know is that this young child was in the hands of a PDF file. Oh, Leslie says, I clicked the hearts, but they don't show up. Oh. Hit the like button, hit the like. Thank you, Kia. The like a do. Hit the like button. And subscribe. Come on, you can do it. It's just a button away. It's free. It's free. Come on, I can get 643. I can get at least a couple of subscribers. Come on, guys, hit that subscribe button. You can do it. Hit that subscribe button. I've been getting into other people's algorithm lately, and I've been going in their chat and saying hello to them and letting them know that I'm subscribing to their channel and to check mine out. I'm trying to network this thing, guys. I like the bows, Daisy Lee. Wasn't Virginia raped at a young girl by her family member? See, Leslie, I don't know, because I heard that her story changed. But that's word on the curb, though. I heard about that. Control says the family was dysfunctional and she was essayed by one of her relatives. See, there it is. She didn't have a good start. It's almost like she was doomed from the start. I thought her dad was to my understanding, her father is the one that got her the job at Mar-a-Lago. And then that's where she hooked up with Giuffre, and she was going to be a massage person. So she never told her family, her father or her mother, that she was working with Giuffre Epstein as a masseuse. Now I get it. Yep, now it's coming back to me. I thought her dad was a PD. Yep, he is. I can't remember properly. Seems to remember something about her dad getting her a job at one of Trump's places, which was where she ended up with Epstein and company. Exactly, pick it up and bend it. That's exactly what happened. He met her at Mar-a-Lago. What are the coincidences? And he told her to quit working for Trump and come work for him. Sad. And it just makes me wonder, did Donald Trump know? Because how would she come in contact with someone as powerful? Well, first of all, it was Maxwell that was grooming her. So she wasn't the power player. Moving on. Let's see what else Virginia has to tell us.
Jean-Luc Brunel,
Model agent from Paris.
the model agent from Paris.
He sent over his models, his 12-year-old models.
And Giuffre laughed about it. He laughed. He thought it was funny. I mean, this is how sick and morbid this person is. He thought it was funny that his friend would send him 3 12-year-old girls. And, in some sick way in his mind, he thought, well, I'm paying their parents good, so we're doing them a justice by giving them money to let us abuse their children. It's mind-blowing. It is so mind-blowing.
It is.
There's people actually out there that do this and think that way.
Wow.
And I'm glad Jeffrey's not here to do that anymore. I'm glad that that's the only way he would have stopped, is by being 6 foot under.
Wow.
There are still other people out there that helped him do this. And,
yep.
It's going to take
There it is right there, Virginia. There is a group of people out there that helped him. He didn't do this by himself. He just set the stage and everybody else came on in. Like Andrew. Like Andrew is, we're going to catch Andrew in some Eliathon. Yeah, she was broken as a child who continued to be essayed throughout her life. That is just, that breaks my heart to hear that about her. That it just feels like she never had a chance. But for some reason, her testimony is so strong and can help others. That's for sure. Hold on.
An international effort. It's going to take all of us standing up and saying, it's not happening anymore.
Right. They're paying these young girls and you know, $200 a time or whatever the figure was. Did that relieve Jeffrey Epstein of guilt? Or did he not care at all?
Exactly. Well, he felt like he was doing us a justice. You know, for some of these girls come from trailer park homes and their parents are very, very poor. And you know, $200 is a lot of money. You know, it is a lot of money for a kid who grows up on the streets. I mean, when I was growing up, I was a runaway and I used to have to beg for spare change to go buy myself a donut to eat for dinner or something, you know, like, so 200.
So basically the parents almost gave their kids over to this PDF file. How disgusting. That's even worse. Your own flesh and blood. Come on. We don't need the money that bad. We could cut back on some stuff. Shoot. Don't sacrifice your children. It's really mind blowing. It is. He says, I'm just saying she was no victim. Have you ever seen Taken with Liam Nelson? That's SEX trafficking. I think I saw Taken. Yes. Yes. I know what you're saying, Kia, but Virginia is a victim, sweetheart. She was grown from birth. Her father and uncle raped her. Woo, Jesus. Wow. Her father showing up for interviews after her death. Are you kidding me? Let's check that out. Her father? Hold on. Father of Prince Andrew accused of Virginia. Oh, it's on like a chicken bone. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Thank you for bringing that up. We're watching that next. We're going to watch the interview of her father. Okay? Let's see if we can get some accountability here, Mary Taylor. That's what we're going to watch. LL Mods, I will be in the bushes listening. Hubby needs me. Okay, go to hubby, honey. CC. Indeed a do. Indeed a do. Pick it up and bend it. Good to see you. Okay, Daisy Lee. You guys go do what you need to do. Don't worry about me. I can hold down the chat. I want to thank you. Thank you, CC. Thank you guys so much for modding. Yes, Virginia pulled a Megan and came up with a new childhood in her book. Cut her dad out. What? See, we're going to dig into her father. Yeah, we're going to dig into her father. Oh, yeah, she's going to go down, Cece, for her cover up during her position in line and stand. Yep, lying. Wendy, you're going down, girlfriend, with your liathon. Maureen says, we know there must be many rich and powerful people who were part of this disgusting club. That's right. That is so right.
$100 to me was, you might as well have said $1,000.
How did you escape?
So
that's right.
It came to a point when I was 18, turning 19. And Giuffre and Giuffre were being nice to me, which is very rare. When they're nice to you, they need something from you. And
they were being nice to her
on the island, and we're getting off our flippers and our suits and everything. And Giuffre and Giuffre said they want to talk to me about something. They asked me to have a kid for them.
What?
They tried to sweeten the deal by saying you would get a monthly allowance, we would buy you a house, everything would be great, your kid would be taken care of, but you'd have to sign a form that, you know, I would basically be signing my child over to them if I wanted to do that. You can't say no to Giuffre and Giuffre, right? That was one thing I already learned. So don't say no. So I said, yeah, that's okay. We can do that. But I need to get my massage certificate first, you know? So if we can do that, then yeah, down the track, sure. I knew that in there, it was time to hit the road. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know when I was going to do it.
Wow. Did you hear what she said? She said them two idiots asked her to have a baby for them. After they done used and abused her, now they want to. Exactly. What kind of parent would do that? Something evil and sinister. Maureen Pickle says, he wore a cowboy hat during the interview. I just saw it. Hold on. Yup, we're doing it. We're doing the interview. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Hold on, guys. Father of Prince. Here, let me show you. Here we go. This is her father. And he was on Good Morning America. We're going to save this to the repertoire. He was on Piers Morgan. We're definitely going to watch that. Okay, that one. No, we're not doing that one. No. Good morning. Let's do this one. All right. I got our collection, guys. Let's get back. We're at the end. We're about to say goodbye to Virginia.
I just knew that I finally had it in my head.
These idiots Did I tell you guys just now that Jeffrey Epstein and Maxwell wanted Virginia to have a child for them? Girl, this is sad. This all starts in the home. This poor girl never had a chance of a normal life. Fanadues. Fanadues. Hit that like button. It's free. Subscribe. It's free. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share. Guys, share it. Can we get to 643? Can you guys push me over to 643 today? We're at 642. I'm trying to get to 643. I'm sorry. I find it hard to hear other women pulling a victim down like this. Virginia put her life on the line to call them out. Yes, she did. Yes, she did, Demon Dictator. I agree with you 100% on that. Yes, CC. Allegedly, of course. Rent a womb. Yes. Agree, Demon Dictator. Yes, I agree too, Lisa. That's right. Wow. Wow. Something. This channel is for entertainment purposes only. No harm or offense is intended. That's right, Daisy. I'm loving you, girl. Thank you. Debbie says Virginia never mentioned anything about her father or uncle until she released her book. The first book she wrote couldn't pass the legal checks. Okay. Yes, Cece. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Me too, Demon Dictator. I agree. Who are we to say that she's not? As I remember, they haven't talked or had contact in many years. Wow. Hello, Terry. Welcome. It's so good to see you. Okay, yeah, let me what I need, I probably would need you to come up. CC, you don't have to come up on the platform. Just come in my window and post this in my private chat, and then I can copy it and paste it. Otherwise, I'm not able to do it. As I remember, they hadn't talked or had contact in many years. We're gonna see what he's talking about. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Who forgot to hit the like button, y'all? Who forgot to hit the like a do? Hit the like a do. Let me see how many likes I got. Okay, I got 26 likes, 31 people. Can we change that? Can everybody hit the like button to get me to 100? Kick me into another algorithm. Where I'm trying to reach some goals. Here are the goals that I'm trying to reach. I'm trying to reach 643, 6,043. And I'm trying to also get 100 likes. At least. Click that like button. Click the heart in the lower right-hand side. You'll boost Lady Letitia's algorithm. Thank you, CC. I know, I'm loving it. I like the new mods too, Demon Dictator. Okay, CC, that would be great. Thank you. Okay, thank you, CC. Tap that notification bell. Okay, guys, let's see what Virginia's got to say.
It just made sense to me all of a sudden. I need to run. I need to get out. I need to go fast. And I was going to Thailand. And
this was it. The baby situation told her to get the hell out of there. Now she's ready to go.
I met this amazing person. And long story short, we got married in a Buddhist temple in Chiang Mai.
Wow.
And he took me home to move to Australia, where Australia became my home. I learned how to cook. I learned how to clean. I learned how to be a wife. My mother-in-law taught me so many amazing things about being a real person. I mean, I like to say that I died at 19 and was reborn in Australia because that was the beginning of a new era for me.
When you learned that he had died, that he was dead, what was your reaction?
Jeez, there wasn't one emotion attached to it that I couldn't catch. It was anger for him being a coward and not letting us hold him accountable. When I say us, I mean the thousands of victims out there.
Shame on you, Epstein.
That deserve accountability on his end. There was sadness for that justice not being served. It felt like a part of me not died, but it felt like a part of me. I'll never get that part back. I was really hoping one day I would sit in court and I would take away his freedom the same way he took my freedom away. So I was very sad for that. I was happy that he was dead and he couldn't hurt anyone else. And then the emotion went back to angry and sad and so on and so forth. So it took me, a few days to actually just look at the bright side. As long, he's not out there hurting anyone anymore. And I just had to focus on that. Do I still get pangs of anger and sadness? All the time, all the time. But
it's okay.
I just got to be grateful that he's not here to hurt anyone ever again.
Did you get any sense of relief when he was arrested and charged?
That was one of the best days of my life. When I tell you the excitement, I was called up by one of my favorite people in the world, and she told me, sit down. And I said, why? I'm at the markets. I'm with my mom. I'm doing some shopping. She goes, trust me, sit down. And I could tell it was something great because in her voice, she was, you could tell she was excited. I didn't know what to expect. I thought she was going to tell me she's pregnant or something, but no. She said, Jeffrey's been arrested.
He's been arrested.
I couldn't just hear it the first time. Like, it didn't even sink in. It just was like, no, just say that one more time. I've never got to hear this. Jeffrey's arrested. You mean Jeffrey's actually in jail? The poor lady, I had to get her, to go through everything all over again. And I was screaming in the middle of a market, Sunday markets. That's the way I felt. I was that exhilarated. It felt like that day. I never thought it was going to happen. I honestly thought he was just going to continue to get away with it over and over and over again, just like he proved so many times. So yeah, it was like Christmas in July. big time.
So how important was your role, do you think, in that happening, in terms of suing Glenn Maxwell, helping to bring pressure on the authorities to reopen the case? Did you feel a big part of that?
I feel like I was a piece of a giant puzzle. I don't think that was me who did that. I think it took a whole bunch of us who did that. It took extremely intelligent lawyers. It took extremely brave other women who came forward. It took all of us. It's, like I said, when I say it's going to take an international effort to bring everyone down, it is. We only play one small part, but that part means a lot to the puzzle. You know, you can't have a complete.
It's going to take an international, this is an international takedown, okay? With some big hitters that's hiding behind the administration of Donald Trump's and being swept under the rug. Cray. Oh my God. Cray. Is that cray? Okay. I'm going to put a star by your name because I love it. Cray. Where did you come up with that name from? Cray. He disappeared. Where the hell did he go? Is he missing? She can't find her husband. He left her. Beatrice's husband has left the building. Yeah, because I think Joe Biden should have done something. You know? I think Joe Biden should have did something or said something. I know, I love cray.
Picture without one piece. So we all put that piece in and we can get stuff done. And yeah, I feel like I was a good part of that puzzle to help, but there's so many other people that did amazing things to make that happen.
What is it that drives you today, Virginia? Is it?
I like you, cray. You made my day. Cray. I love the name. I love it. I wish I had a thought of it. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button, okay?
The sadness? Is it the anger?
It's the responsibility in my eyes. I mean, of course, there is sadness, there is anger, there is all of that.
Hit the like.
That'll never go away. There's scars that will never heal, ever. But to me, more than anything, it's a responsibility that I have for our generations to come. Being a mother, being a wife, being a daughter,
Yep.
I feel like it's my responsibility. I think it's everyone's responsibility in the world to not let our children grow up in an era where sex trafficking is the most profitable industry in the world. It's $100 billion profit a year just on human trafficking, just on modern day slavery.
Wow.
How is that not being talked about? How is that even happening? I mean, it's overtaking the drug trade. You can use a drug one time, get high, and then it's gone. With a victim of human trafficking, you can use that person over and over and over again.
Yeah. And of course, you're a victim of people turning a blind eye, aren't you?
Everyone's turned a blind eye in the place where I was supposed to be protected, in my country where I was supposed to be protected. The justice system failed us then. I believe they're going to do something amazing for us now. I really believe in them. I believe that the New York Southern District wants to do the right thing. And I will do everything that I can do to be a part of helping them do that.
So today life is good?
Today life is great. And I'm fighting a good fight. And I implore the community to please stand next to me and help me bring down all these bad people. And if you've got somebody in your life that's doing this to you too, speak out, stand up. The times are changing as they should be.
I stand
and it's a good time to start
you.
holding these monsters accountable. This is Giuffre and Giuffre at their best. So they sent me to a Thai massage school, but not only that, I had to be in Thailand to pick up another victim. I was supposed to bring another victim home who was also staying at the Princess Hotel.
Okay, we're gonna watch this one tomorrow. We're gonna move on to the dad. Let me make sure I have this. This is her again speaking. Let me save this. Yeah, I got it. Now let's go back to the dad. Here we go. We're going to start. Good morning, Britain.
Ms. Giuffre's father says we should believe her version of events and that the Duke of York knows the truth and has to live with it in a world-exclusive interview. We're joined now by her father, Sky Roberts, live from Florida. Mr. Roberts, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Britain watched your daughter last night, a highly emotional and very charged interview in which she made very serious allegations against Prince Andrew, who's already been shamed and removed from most of public life. What is your reaction to that interview, and what is your feeling towards Prince Andrew?
Well, my feelings toward Prince Andrew is that he knows the truth and what he really did. I mean, I've seen the interviews, him didn't.
What the what? Breaking news, breaking news. Demon Dictator says Pam Bundy releases missing Epstein files, including stunning Trump allegations. The Justice Department has published FBI interviews with a woman who alleged Donald Trump sexually essayed her when she was a teenager after she was introduced to him by Giuffre. Ooh, this is juicy. Oops, sorry, Rockadoo. Rockadoo, you okay? Epstein. The woman told agents Trump hit her after she bit his penis when he attempted to force her to perform oral sex. The FBI spoke to her 4 times between August and October 2019 after Epstein's arrest, but only a summary of one of those interviews have been included in the public release files. Whoa. That is some juicy news. Let's see here. Wow, okay. More guns will keep us safer. Panel, how Mega turned on Trump and Bundy over Epstein files. What is that?
A significant week in the chase for truth and justice in the case of Giuffre Epstein. A Trump cabinet official admitted to being on the pedophile's island after lying about it. Ghislaine Maxwell floated a quid pro quo, promising to clear Donald Trump and Bill Clinton if she is granted clemency. Republicans began to see the unredacted files, only to find even more redactions. And the Justice Department spied on those lawmakers making searches, something that caused even Speaker Mike Johnson to condemn the administration. And speaking of the DOJ, Pam Bondi acted more like a campaign surrogate than the Attorney General. She refused to answer basic questions about her handling of this case and of the files.
Indicted.
Excuse me, I'm going to answer the question.
Answer my question.
No, I'm going to answer the question the way I want to answer the question.
No,
Your
you're going to answer the
theatrics are
question the way I
ridiculous.
asked.
I believe you just lied under oath.
There is ample evidence in the Epstein file.
Don't you ever accuse me of a
I
crime.
believe you. I told you about that, Attorney General, before you started.
You don't tell me.
Yeah, oh, I
anything.
did tell you because we saw what you did in the
Loser,
Senate.
Lawyer, not even a lawyer.
Oh,
That episode may have pleased an audience of one, and
Hi,
even that is
Corey.
uncertain, but it backfired with MAGA.
Pam Bondi is a horrible speaker. She made an absolute ass of herself.
oh.
This is one of the most embarrassing things I've ever witnessed from a lawmaker.
I personally lost all faith in our justice system. It is a system of injustice.
I ain't cutting Trump any slack. Now that we know that they've covered up the co-conspirator documents, I would say is shocking to the conscience that Trump called it a hoax. Shocking.
You watch, it's going to bring the country down. It's your fault, not mine.
This is either a cover up or it's incompetence. And I want somebody to go to jail for it.
Usually a Pam Bondi performance like that would be just fine in MAGA world. But I think it actually says a lot about this Epstein situation that it didn't work this way. They still do want some answers. And the fact that she was stonewalling and yelling and all the theatrics about a sex pedophile ring, to MAGA's credit, that really rubbed them the wrong way.
Don't you dare accuse Pam Bondi of doing her job, right? Because that's really at the heart of the problem here. Pam Bondi is the Attorney General of the United States. She does not represent Donald Trump. She does not represent Bill Clinton.
Yes, she does.
Represents the people, and in this case, the victims of the Epstein scandal,
She's
right? And so the most
supposed to.
arresting image for all the toxicity, right? And honestly, the last time I saw something that toxic, Britney Spears was involved. But for all of that ridiculousness, the most arresting image of
That
the
was a
entire
low blow.
hearing was when all of those Epstein's victims stood up and Pam Bondi refused to look at them in the face. Pam Bondi refused to look at her clients in the face. The people she's supposed to be representing and defending, she couldn't look them in the face. And that is going to be the story of that hearing, no matter what Pam Bondi said and how she yelled and carried on.
I think one of the most striking moments was when she brought up the Dow, because what did that have to do with Epstein survivors and victims and the case, right? So it was all about performing for Donald
really
Trump, and that's because he
let's move
rewards
on.
that. What did he do? After her testimony, he praised her. She stuck it to the lunatic leftists, right? So she absolutely had him in mind. And every deflection was very obvious to people. And that's the problem. You worked folks up. You said you were going to the elites. And then you go in there and you actually don't get the job done. It looks as if you're hiding things. It's not about red and blue anymore. It's about justice.
Arthur, before you jump in, let me just disclose to the audience that you once represented Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yes, we handled her appeal from her trial, but putting my lawyer's hat on, and I don't mean to correct you, but as being an attorney, those are not her clients. In other words, a criminal defense attorney has to zealously represent his or her client. A prosecutor is in a much more luxurious position. They have a quasi-judicial function. They are the ones who decide, do we prosecute a case or we don't prosecute a case? They don't just take someone for their word. They have to do an investigation and they figure it out.
Right.
So her role is not what my role would be. If someone hires me, I have to fight for them no matter what. A prosecutor's role is, and even to the point,
investigating Donald Trump, is that really what we think is happening?
No, I don't think Donald Trump is the target here. There is no target. The target was Jeffrey Epstein.
Why not?
He's dead. So, and the only person in jail is a woman, Ghislaine Maxwell.
So you're saying that Pam Bondi has no job, that she has no role in this, that she has no role?
She's an investor. All I said is those are not her clients.
Those are the people that are not.
But can I say, I mean, in this paradigm, Pam Bondi's working on behalf of the people collectively.
Correct.
Yeah.
And justice as a concept, which would involve, we know for a fact they're victims, right? And many of those women say they have been victimized.
Okay, how do we know that for a fact?
Well,
I'm not questioning. I'm asking you a question. How do we know for a fact? Because you realize
Jeffrey Epstein and
he's questioning the victims. Look at this. Shame.
Ghislaine Maxwell were both prosecuted for victimizing women, girls and women.
Okay.
Yes.
I mean, so
okay, so
I don't. Is
let
that
me be a
really
lawyer.
in
Let me be a
dispute?
lawyer once again, in your open, you refer to him as a pedophile. You realize he's not a pedophile. A pedophile is someone in the law, is someone who goes after a prepubescent person. So he has never been accused of going after someone who's a prepubescent.
Some of the victims in the documents were, according to Jamie Raskin, who saw the documents in the classified setting, were as young as 9 years.
9 years old? The victim was younger than 9 years old, and he's talking about he's not a PDF file. Stop protecting Maxwell and protecting his client. He sounds like a doo-doo bird. The poop has to hit the fan of doos for Trump. Yep, it's about to hit the fan of doo. And we're going to be watching it. Hi, Kamari. Welcome.
Okay, that's a new fact to me.
So I'm just saying, we are
I did
talking
not know that
about
till
a range of victims who can be extremely young in some cases, but Arthur, there's no question.
He said, I didn't know that. I'm just finding out today. Then why are you making a theory or an assumption or saying anything about anything? It shouldn't matter how old they are. He's a bad person. Hello? Wake up and smell the coffee.
There are victims here, okay? Pam Bondi's job is...
Hello? 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 There are victims here. Victims. Real victims. Now, I'm talking about the guy with no hair. You know, that's what I'm talking about. Harry needs to cut his off like this. Okay? Just FYI. But we're going to get to the interview with our father because I'm curious to find out what he has to say. But this guy was defending him and saying that how do we know that they are victims? Because they've come forward. Shame on you, bald-headed guy. Okay, I don't know his name. Bald-headed gentleman. Shame on you for going after the victims. That's not a good look. And how are you going to say who was in the room during the victimization time? Were you there? No, so you can't pass judgment. Hold on to your seat.
To determine whether there is justice to be had. And those victims are sitting in that room and they're saying, hey, we think there is more here. Please do more. And rather than saying, you know, we're going to do our best to make sure that we leave no stone unturned, that no one is going to get away with something if they are still around and they've committed a crime. But instead, she did what she did. And people on the right are disgusted. People on the left are disgusted. This is not about politics.
She did what she did because Pam Bondi is a triple threat. She is inept, incompetent, and incapable. And that's what we saw in that hearing. And it's what I've been saying for months at this table and elsewhere. She has botched this. Bondi has botched this from the very beginning. They do not communicate well with the American people, even internally and externally, to say, hey, here's what we're redacting. Here's why we're redacting it. Here's when the next tranche of documents are going to come.
They are purposely ignoring these victims. It's really astonishing to watch.
You recall a couple of weeks ago, I said this was just the beginning of our national nightmare, and it's proving to be true. This nightmare is going on, and it's not going to stop until President Trump
swaps her out, just like he swapped Tom Homan in to Minnesota. He's got to get her out and someone in the job that knows what they're doing. But I do want to follow up to what you said. Did you once ask why the Biden administration didn't look those survivors in the face, even one time? And don't roll your eyes, because we don't just erase that.
We're not going to play whataboutism over the Epstein files.
It is a whataboutism.
The person did
whatism. I missed this argument that these two are going to be arguing about. No, he was trying to say that Virginia then wasn't a victim. And how do we know? That's what he said, Debbie. He was trying to say that there wasn't any victims, and she had to say, hold up. There is reported that the victims is younger than 9 years old. So wait a minute before you start saying there's no victims and you don't know. Oh, this is my first time hearing about this. People that voted for Trump didn't vote for this. What do you mean, Dow? Please explain to us. What were they voting for? And what happened? Did you vote for Trump and this is not what you voted for? Can you explain that? I would really like to know, because, yeah, aren't we starting a war? Making up reasons to start it, all at the same time talking about the ballroom. Forget about the ballroom.
Even one time, and don't roll your eyes, because we don't just erase that.
We're not going to play whataboutism over the Epstein files.
It is a whataboutism.
The person in charge right now is Pam Bondi and the Trump administration.
Nothing. 4 years.
And they should be investigating it. If you want to talk about things that I think Merrick Garland should investigate, you don't want to get me started on who I think Merrick Garland should have in jail right now, because if Merrick Garland was doing a good job, Trump wouldn't have even been able to run for president.
Incredibly skilled deflection.
Right? I'm not deflecting.
You are, because you want to answer the question. Did you wonder why the Biden administration did not seek justice for those survivors for 4 whole years?
They didn't not seek justice. I'm not deflecting from the question. I am disagreeing with your incorrect premise. They did seek justice. I didn't think Merrick Garland went hard enough. I didn't think Merrick Garland did a great job. I do not think that Pam Bondi is doing a great job. I do not think Donald Trump is doing a good job. Is that a full enough answer? Nobody involved here is doing enough to
Hello? Nobody is doing enough. I like him. He's right. He's not separating people. Everybody knows now that Jeffrey Epstein was a PDF file. So now we need to find out from these files who knew and who was involved. But since everybody's trying to hide it and sweep it under the rug, they don't want us to know. And we do need to know because of the victims. The ballroom, yeah. As young as 9 was what was said. And the ball guy was explaining the difference between a prosecutor's job and a defense attorney's job. Yeah, but no, that's not what he said. He said that how do we know that these victims are telling the truth? That's what he said, period. Why would he say that about a victim? My question to him is, how do you know she's not telling the truth? Oh, no wars, number one. only the 1 million illegals annually and find a way to accommodate the 5% without pushing it in schools. That's what Trump was supposed to do, says Dale. Debbie, sounds like you have a Trump supporter that is now upset with Trump for not keeping his side of the bargain. What do you have to say about that? That I'm just curious. I don't know what she has to do with anything. Exactly, Dial. And for you to have these concerns, they're legit concerns. They are very legit concerns because that's not what you voted for. That's not what he campaigned on. Excuse me, let's just be real about the situation, okay? Way more than you would ever think, says Dial Up. It is a new war, Debbie. Stop downplaying it. Your president declared war on Iran. They're hitting schools. American casualties is happening. But word on the curb is that Iran has nuclear weapons, and we know that they don't. Let's continue.
Defend the Epstein victims. Are you satisfied with that answer?
Sure.
Okay.
Good
Right.
job.
Pam Bondi, when she went up to the Hill, she had these images of the search history of the members who went up to the DOJ to take a look at the unredacted files. She seemed to be convinced that this was, I guess, a defensive measure if any of those issues came up while she was on Capitol Hill. But here's what Mike Johnson said about the appropriateness of that.
My understanding is that their computer is set up where the DOJ was allowing access to the files, and I think members should obviously have the right to peruse those at their own speed and with their own discretion. And I don't think it's appropriate for anybody to be tracking that. So I will echo that to anybody involved with the DOJ, and I'm sure it was an oversight. That's my guess.
I don't think a printout of a specific congressperson's note is an oversight. That's the first thing. But why do you think, Natasha, that the DOJ decided to do that? I mean, it seems like a defensive.
We're moving on. We're moving on. Okay, this is Virginia's father, okay? It's important. Let's hear him talk, because I heard that he essayed his daughter and then another relative did. And now he's speaking out. So I wonder what he has to say about the allegations, if he knows of any. Because like I said, that came from my chat. Hit the like button, hit subscribe. Okay. I'm really trying to get to 643. 643. That's how many subscribers I'm trying to get to. Do you guys think you can help me out? I would appreciate it so much. And don't forget to hit that like button and hit subscribe. It's free. Okay, so this is Virginia's father. Let's see what he has to say.
Denying everything, but
for joining us. Britton watched your daughter last night, a highly emotional and very charged interview in which she made very serious allegations against Prince Andrew, who's already been shamed and removed from most of public life. What is your reaction to that interview, and what is your feeling towards Prince Andrew?
well, my feelings toward Prince Andrew is that he knows the truth and what he really did. I mean, I've seen the interviews, him denying everything, but apparently he's not telling the truth, and I think most of Britain knows that. I feel so sorry for my daughter for everything she's went through. At the time that she was going through it, I had no idea, but you know, I love my daughter very much, and you know, she's really.
He said he had no idea at the time she was going through that. What do you guys think? He had no idea. She didn't tell anyone. The interviewer asked her, did you talk to your parents about this, Virginia? And she said no. So the father didn't know. Uh-oh. Okay, that's good to know, Debbie, that nobody got hurt at the school. Oh, look at the fans. Pick it up and bend it. The Fanadoos. Where are the Fanadoos? Where are the Fanadoos? Some fans in the chat. So the father is saying that he didn't know. Okay? He was not aware of what was going on with his daughter, or that she was being in this situation with Epstein. But what bothers me is that when she left, she didn't go home to her father's house. She went somewhere else, and she said she met someone and they've been together ever since, and they got kids by each other. Hello, Cassandra.
Brave to be going through all this and to come up against these powerful people.
It must be very hard as a father to hear these allegations, to hear her talk about what she was forced to do, and to see her in tears as she talks about it. What impact has it had on you, and what message would you like to give to your daughter?
Well, I just really like to just tell her to stay strong and stay safe, you know, to begin with, because these are powerful people that she's dealing with. And, you know, it's not just Prince Andrew, it's several other people too that, you know, she has allegations against, you know, but, you know, I know she's telling the truth. You know, my daughter is, you know, she's a good girl. She really is. I mean, like I say, I wish I'd have known all this stuff was going on. I mean,
how did you not know? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, Hudson, how did you not know? Do you believe he didn't know? Put a 1 in the chat if you believe the father didn't know. Virginia, this is Virginia's father being interviewed by Piers Morgan. He said he didn't know. Do you believe that? Are we in denial? Where are we? Hello? Where is it? Yes. What the Fanadoo is going on? Okay.
But I didn't. I mean, as a parent, you kind of ask the question, you know, how do you not know that your children are doing this? But
I'm going to know everything there is to know about Miss Amira. That's my daughter. Everything. Everything. I'm going to know that if she comes to me and tells me, Mom, I met someone and I feel like it's time, I want to probably have intercourse, I'm going to say, if you can't wait till you get married, then this is what we're going to do. And this is how this is going to go down. Be sure. Of course, I've met him. He's nice. I like him. Blah, blah, blah. Move on. She's old enough to make her decisions to do this. But she comes to me with it. I'm going to make sure my daughter's protected, number one. Number two, I want to have that conversation with her to make sure this is really what she wants to do. We're not going to not know. I want to know everything, what is going on. So I'm having a hard time understanding why father didn't know. That's how close he was. What do you guys put a 1 in the chat if you think he knew? Put a 2 in the chat if it's a big no. 1, yes, he knew. 2, a big no. I'm really looking forward to watching Andrew interview in this. Yeah, we're gonna get to that, Maureen. We sure are. Now we've seen and heard all of the conflicting accounts. Yep, the sweating and all that. He's in denial. What did Daddy and Uncle do? Exactly, Marie. I have now no idea. Not looked into it enough so just listening. Okay, pick it up and bend it. 1, says Marine. Wow. We believe that you knew Daddy. Something was going on.
She's a very good actress. When she would come home from these trips, she said nothing about it, and it must have been killing her inside. But for powerful people like that, they can threaten a young girl like that. These girls.
My question to you, Dad, was where did you think your daughter was going, and why was she going to these places? What trip? What business trip? Why is your daughter going on business trips with this billionaire and his girlfriend? That didn't make you suspicious? I would have been like, Kara, where the hell y'all going? Why they like you? I would have been like, why in the hell do they like you? What do they want you to do? Why do they find you so special, these billionaire people? Come on now. I'm going to be asking some questions. Make it make sense. You probably knew, but sometimes you can't control a teenager. That is true. Yeah. No, I would have did an intervention. I would have had Mama over here, aunties over here, Kira's in some stuff that we need to get her out of. Because it probably wasn't that easy just to walk away, Leslie. But, you want to know, I want my daughter to be able to come to me and talk to me and tell me any and everything without her being scared or frightened that, if I tell Mommy this. No, she should be able to talk to me about anything. We got to have that channel of communication. Entertainment purposes only, guys. Hit that like button. Get me to 7 43. Come on. You guys got this. We can do it. We can do it. I'm having fun, aren't you? We are having a ball over here. Let's continue to see what else the dad has got to say.
Those are young. They really don't know that, what's going on with these powerful people and what they can actually do. If they're threatening their mother and father and brothers or whatever with, we're going to take them out or whatever. If you say anything, then, they don't say anything,
What? That didn't make sense. Debbie says, Mary Taylor, this was before her last book came out. I don't think he's done any appearances since she accused him. So she did accuse her father of SA and a family member. Wow. And he has not came out and talked since she accused him. Wouldn't he want to clear his name? Daddy, something ain't smelling right in Denver. Okay? Something ain't right. Something ain't right.
I'm just glad she's out of it and she's fighting back. And we're very proud of her.
Mr. Roberts, let me ask you, when did she first tell you?
He knew. Maureen said, okay, wait a minute. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, guys. Okay. Great, Polo. Polo's in the house. Friday Fireball, don't forget it. Teenagers think they know it all and the parents are too old to understand. I'll never be too old. Here, I'm 53 and Kira's 5. I'm going to be all up in her situation. He knew that his daughter was employed by some old rich guy to give him massage. If he didn't know what was going on, then he must be a simpleton, says Maureen. Yes, I'm flying around with him on jets. I'm flying around the country on his plane to give him massages. Come on. Hello to love. ML. Yeah, it is. And that's a scary situation. I'm really scared for my daughter. I think about it, that my job is to keep her as safe as possible. So no, she's not going to be spending the night over Judy's house and Judy's got a brother. No, y'all come over here. Judy can come over here and play. Y'all got all these rooms to play in. Night at Tisha's house. Night at Kara's house. One of her friends wanted her to come over and play. She said, Mommy, Cohen wants me to come over his house. I said, Cohen can come over here and play at your house. Okay? I said, tell his mommy that Cohen can come play with you. Yeah, she's going to do something stupid when her father passes away. She's going to say that he did something to her, and I'm not going to believe it. So brace yourselves for the lie-a-thon. My dad was 83 and he passed. Oh, he was all up in my business until the day he died. Okay? I'm going to be all up in it. Blessed Friday. Oh, Luna's Blade. I haven't heard from you in a while. I don't know if I'm blocked from before for being an opinionated bitch. So this is testing 1, 2, 3. Welcome back, Luna's Blade. You are welcome here, honey. I forgive you. 1, 2, 3 testing. Yes, it sounds like you're not blocked, which is good. Because I don't know how to unblock people. Check out Kamari's page. Okay, guys. Daisy has posted it. Nope, not happy, honey. Why, Mary? Why are you not happy? Your house looks huge, Letitia. It's like a palace. It's a few rooms here, Maureen. Yeah, it's enough room for her friends to come over here and play. That's how that's gonna go down. Yes. Yeah, slumber party at Kara's house. Welcome, 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 welcome. Don't forget the Fireball Friday laters, guys, at Polo's house. Fireball Friday. Yes, yes, yes. You're welcome, Luna's Blade. You're welcome. You know, I was tricked too. And it's easy. It's easy because she was deceitful and charming. She came across as charming and care, you know, just a fake-a-do. And then you realize, oopsie daisy, this is the real deal here. I did, Mary Taylor. What did I do? Write it again. Okay, guys, this is the father. Now, according to Virginia, her father he wasn't on the up and up. But he's trying to say he didn't know. And if he had known, he wished he had known. I'm assuming he wished. I would have. That's why I'm talking to my daughter about everything. Even the stuff that we don't, everything. Yes. Yeah, what do you want to know? And here's what you need to know. Oh, thank you. Thank you guys for welcoming Luna. That's really nice. Oh, was referring on going to play dates. Yes, we could do that. Go to the little museums. That's what she needs, some play dates. She does. She's only doing gymnastics, tap, and ballet right now. So they have summer camp for theater. I can sign her up now for that. And that starts in July when school's out. But I don't know if Kara's missed so many days from school that I don't know if she's going to have to go to summer school to make up because she's missed 10 days of school from being sick. Don't forget to hit that like a do button, guys. Check out Polo's page later. Fireball Friday at Polo's house. Okay? Again, he's having Fireball Friday at Polo's. I think there's some music too, but anyway, it's really fun and chilled. Every time I go over there and have a drink, I'm out. I'll have 2 or 3 shots at Polo's house, and then I'm through. I have to go. My husband said, "You okay?" I said, "No, I'm not okay. I'm gonna go lay down." Yeah, if you are in the other chat, come in this. Yeah, she can sing, can't she, Mary? I think my daughter can sing too. She'll just bust out and start singing, and our voice is always the same, and it's beautiful. I really want to explore that, so I'm gonna put her in theater, and for sure, dance and theater. I want her to sing. So I think the other one starts in the fall. But I asked her, I said, do you have fall registration? And she said she didn't. So I'm waiting on that. Okay, Daisy, this channel is for viewers 18 and over. We always have a good time. Yes, we do. You're hilarious on the porch panel. Yes, it was like, woo. Maybe I should know. What time is Polo's Fireball porch? Because I want to take a shot today, Polo. How many porches do you have, Polo?
That she had this liaison with Prince Andrew?
I never talked to my daughter about that. I only seen it on the news and, what I read in the papers. And
I never talked to my daughter about that. What the hell do you mean you ain't never talked to your daughter about that? So how would, that's why you running around pretending or in a state of, I don't know what was going on. Because she couldn't come to you and tell you what was going on. And then even after the fact, you found out from the news outlet. Come on, Daddy. Come on, you're losing brownie points.
Things like that. But it's not something you talk about with your daughter.
Yes, you do.
I mean, she's probably not comfortable with talking to me about it because of what happened.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. If she can talk to us about it, then how come she can't talk to Daddy? Come on, guys. Hit that like button. If she's comfortable in going on Good Morning America or 60 Minutes Australia or wherever to tell her story to us, why couldn't she sit down and let you know the things that she went through? Make it make sense, Dad. Not feeling him. Hello, Cyrus. So good to see you. Welcome. Wait, he saw it on the news, but never spoke to her about that. Okay, Lisa, that's important and urgent subject to talk about. Hard subject needs to be addressed. Exactly. Because now the world knows, and you're talking about you found out on the news? What, the news? The fake-a-do is going on here. Hello, guys. We are the Fanadoos. Don't forget, we're the Fanadoos. It's so awful. Her book reveals, rest in peace. Poor Virginia.
But she knows I know, and like I say, I feel really sorry that all this happened, but it did happen, and Prince Andrew should pay for it.
It will come down to.
I don't know about you guys, but I would be like, as a mom, trying to figure out what happened. Like, where was I? How come I never knew? How dare I let this go on for so long? And my daughter feels like she can't come to me and tell me, Mom, so-and-so did this to me. No, she's gonna be a telltale. Tell Mama.
Some people of a question of who you believe. Do you believe Prince Andrew, who emphatically denied having sex with your daughter? In fact, said he couldn't recollect ever meeting her, despite the photograph that we keep showing. He tried to cast aspersions on the veracity of that photograph. Or there's your daughter, who last night gave a very powerful testimony about what she says happened, very detailed and very shocking. You know your daughter better than any of us, obviously. Do you have any doubt that she's telling the truth?
I have no doubt at all that she's telling the truth. I mean, I've seen the interviews with Prince Andrew, and it just shows to me, and I think most of Britain, that he is not telling the truth. She has no reason to not tell the truth about this, and he has every reason to deny it, because him being a royal and what he's done. I mean, these are young girls, these are kids, you know. He has young daughters. I mean, what it was his daughter that went through this, you know, that these powerful people that pick on young girls like this, they should be prosecuted.
Well, at the heart of all of this, of course, is Jeffrey Epstein. And I wonder how much you knew about Jeffrey.
Yeah, everybody wants to know how much you knew. Did you know? What did you know about your daughter's boss? Like, I'm going to know about my daughter's boss, what he's about, what's his name, everything about him. Debbie says Epstein hid them, kept them from relatives, says Georgia. I hope I said your name wrong. I'm going to say Spear. Debbie says, I don't know what her dad knew or when he knew what he did or didn't do. It is my understanding Virginia did pretty much what she wanted to do at a very early age. God, Kara can do a lot of things. Okay? Like, my daughter can do a lot of stuff. But there is a limit. Lisa says, my dad would have been on the next plane to England. He wouldn't have cared about no palace or anything. He wouldn't have been giving interviews. No. Exactly. Andrew will not get charged with this, as the legal age of consent here in the UK is 16. So if Virginia was 17 at the time, he hasn't broken the law, sadly. Wow, she was 17 at the time. He was touching her from a baby. She never stood a chance. Rest in peace, Virginia. Virginia pretty much had the same relationship with her family as Meghan did. That doesn't make sense, Debbie. It doesn't make sense, Debbie. Meghan was in a loving, caring, giving situation. Virginia's situation doesn't seem that way. Yeah, no, you can't compare the two. They're not the same.
Jeffrey Epstein and what he was up to and what he was forcing your daughter to do.
Yeah, I had no idea about that either. Like I say, when I worked for Trump, you know, and I got Virginia a job there in the spa at Mar-a-Lago, And then she was only there a couple of weeks. It was very nice to have her there with me because we could have lunch together and, you know, talk. And it was great. It was a good time. And then when Miss Maxwell had recruited her to Jeffrey Epstein, you know, it was, she was excited about it because they were going to teach.
That's that stupid stuff. She got promoted by Maxwell. And that's suspicious that she just comes in there and starts looking at your daughter and starts saying, oh, I'm going to recruit you to massage therapist. But you don't even work here. You have no affiliation with Mar-a-Lago. You're recruiting people. You're a recruiter for what? Massage therapist? That's sounding fishy to me. Does that sound fishy to you guys? Oh, Luna's Blade. That's so sorry. I know. Everybody, it does break people's heart. It really does. It's a really sad story. It really is. You know, just thinking about her not being able to tell her father, like, shoot. Debbie.
Sure, massage therapy. And I always thought, well, it's always good to learn every job you can. You know, I mean, I do engineering, I do a lot of different things. And I said I needed to meet Mr. Epstein first before you go to work for him. And I actually took her to Epstein's home, his mansion in Palm Beach, and I met with him. But at that time, there was nothing about Epstein being a pedophile or any of his dealings or what was going on with him.
Why your daughter? Why my daughter? What makes her so special? Why does she get to be picked and come to your mansion and be your massage therapist? Something ain't right. You got a business doing massage therapy? And how are you going to help my daughter achieve this? Where's the certificate? God dang it. Like, he wasn't just lying to Virginia, but he was lying to all these women's parents. Yep, she never stood a chance.
You know, he was a billionaire and he had islands and ranches in New Mexico and, you know, places all over.
Right.
He looked like a regular guy to me. When I met him, you know, he's wearing jeans and regular t-shirt, and there's no way I could tell that what kind of person he was. He seemed perfectly normal, but
how does it make you feel, Mr. Roberts, to now know that he was a very depraved serial pedophile and that he preyed on your own daughter, and that Ghislaine Maxwell was allegedly party to trafficking your daughter to people like Prince Andrew?
I'm furious. I mean, to know now what I know now about Jeffrey Epstein and Miss Maxwell and several others that, I mean, I'm sure that's why Jeffrey Epstein is not alive right now, is because somebody didn't want to see his books or whatever he's got on everybody. I know he didn't kill himself, you know.
Can they sue Epstein's estate for these crimes? Let me know, guys. Bye, Cyrus. It's so good to see you. I love when you pop out the bushes and say hello to me. Epstein was supposed to help her get her certificate. Yes, they were lying. Jesus. Oh, Cyrus, the love said, bye-bye. She can't see you, but bye-bye. Yeah, I got all my chats open.
That had to be, somebody from above that, came and got him and, took him out. But yeah, I'm furious with the guy. I mean, I'd like to say really pissed off, at the whole thing now. And if there was any way I could change it, I would.
Do you fear for Virginia's safety?
I will be lit.
Yes, I do. I feel for Virginia's safety. There's still a lot of powerful people that's alive now that, but she's just telling the truth. She's letting the world know who these people are and what they're doing. And these people have families too. And that's why they're denying, because they do have families and they have children. But they shouldn't be preying on young girls. Some of these girls are 15 years old.
Mr. Roberts, we sadly have to leave it there. A very powerful interview. Thank you very much indeed for joining us today. And certainly that interview last night on Panorama will have put enormous more pressure on Prince Andrew, but we appreciate you finding the time to talk to us. Thank you.
Whoa.
Very welcome. Thank you.
That's the father.
What is it that you've done about this picture to try and, as you put it, investigate? And how did you get access?
I posed as a buyer.
You're saying the picture was faked?
This is 60 centimeters.
No
one has seen this picture, by the way.
Right, which is very interesting. Why did Andrew end up paying a reported $11 million?
Well, he didn't have these pictures, did he?
Does Prince Andrew know you've got this?
I speak to his ex-wife. She knows that I got into the house.
You can mock up your photographs too.
This is real.
Miss Hervey is just one of the other aristocratic enablers Andrew has been touting out. He's too afraid to speak out on his own because he's guilty.
It's very sad that she didn't help the family. This father sounded desperate.
Well, look, we can clear this up because I'm going to be joined now exclusively by Virginia Giuffre's father, Sky Roberts. Tell me about your reaction when you heard that she'd taken her life.
First of all, I couldn't even believe it. I think she's strong, very strong. And that's why I don't think she committed suicide. She had too much to live for.
Virginia Giuffre's tragic suicide has understandably made global headlines all week. On Monday, I interviewed exclusively her lawyer, David Boies, who said it's time for Prince Andrew to come clean and to apologize.
Even if he doesn't remember what happened, I think he needs to recognize that he clearly had sex with young girls with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, he may not remember that it was Virginia, but he can't forget the event. And he needs, I think, to just come clean.
Well, the Duke's silence has been roundly criticised in the British press, with many saying that Virginia's sad demise is the final nail in the coffin for his delusional dreams of returning to public life. Prince Andrew, of course, paid many millions of dollars to settle accusations that he sexually assaulted Giuffre 3 times when she was 17 years old after being trafficked by Jeffrey Epstein. Well, despite the payout, he's always emphatically denied it. There are many unanswered questions about Epstein, the source of his wealth, the circumstances of his death, the reasons why so many powerful people kept his sinister secrets and have not been made accountable for any association with him. Perhaps inevitably, many people aren't satisfied with the explanation of Virginia's death either. A lawyer in Australia said this week that there are big question marks. And one of my guests tonight has always maintained, amid much criticism, that there are big question marks over Virginia Giuffre's story. And she says she now has new evidence that will support her case. Well, joining me now is Prince Andrew's former girlfriend, Lady Victoria Hervey, royal biographer Tom Bauer, host of The Nerve with Maureen Callahan, and also be speaking to lawyer Spencer Kuvin, who represented 9 of Jeffrey Epstein's victims. Okay, well, welcome to all of you. Let's start with you, Victoria. You've been resolutely pro Prince Andrew for a long time in this scandal.
I have, but
let me stop her. This is another big conversation about Andrew, and then her father comes in and talks about he doesn't believe that she unalived herself. Trigger warning. I say we watch that either tomorrow, but I do want to do the BBC interview with Prince Andrew. Maureen, you're going to be here. I'll make sure you're here when we do it, because you're the one that mentioned us watching it in the first place. I get the sense the father, the brother, and the sister-in-law came out for the money. Could be. I could see that. I'm seeing that. Especially the father, Debbie. I'm a little weary about Daddyola. This channel is for viewers 18 and older. Okay? And intended for entertainment purposes only. Thank you, Daisy Lee. Cyrus says, y'all think this is about money? No, not necessarily. The victims, I don't think that they, well, I don't know. Like, the father is not going to get any money. Who's going to give him some? And for what? I feel like some kind of way the father dropped the ball because he the one dropped her off at the house. Here, give her certificate. No, I would have kept. What happened at work? How was it? Every day that Kara gets home from school, how was school? Was it did you have a good day? Daddy asked the same thing. Like a Jew, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. We're going to save this. Okay, there we go. What is this? It's 3 years ago. Yep, there is the son-in-law and the sister-in-law. Debbie. Virginia's family speak out after her tragic death. Okay. Da 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 da. Hold on. We get that. Hold on, guys. Here it is. Now.
No, it was a shooting weekend.
A shooting weekend.
Just a straightforward.
In highly unusual circumstances. Normally, we'd be discussing your work, your job.
This is the interview of all interviews, guys. Maureen, this is the interview that we're going to do hopefully tomorrow. Yes, where's your membership? Hi, Daisy, I do. Hi, Daisy. So good to see you. Thank you so much. Okay, so here's the interview with Andrew. We're just gonna start it off, okay? Let's catch him in his first lie, and then we'll continue it tomorrow, and I'll let you lovely people go. Okay? I don't know if it's about the money or not, Cyrus. I question it. Please don't forget to like a do. Ooh, Cyrus became a member. Can we put some fans in the chat for Cyrus? Vanadu. Thank you, Cyrus. I don't have any fans. Let me see if I can type it. Fan. Oh, there it is. Woo, I got this, guys. All you gotta do is just type it in. Thanks, Polo. Okay, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
Duty, we'll come on to that. But today, you've chosen to speak out for the first time. Why have you decided to talk now?
Because there is no good time to talk about Mr. Epstein and all things associated. We've been talking to Newsnight for about 6 months about doing something around the work that I was doing. And unfortunately, we've just not been able to fit it into either your schedule or my schedule until now. And actually, it's a very good opportunity. And I'm delighted to be able to see you today.
As you say, all of this goes back to your friendship with Jeffrey Epstein. How did you first become friends? How did you meet?
Well, I met through his girlfriend back in 1999. And I've known her since she was at university in the UK. And it would be, to some extent, a stretch to say that as it were, we were close friends. I mean, we were friends because of other people. And I had a lot of opportunity to go to the United States, but I didn't have much time with him. I suppose I saw him once or twice a year, perhaps maybe maximum of 3 times a year. And quite often, if I was in the United States and doing things, and if he wasn't there, he would say, well, why don't you come use my houses? So I said, that's very kind, thank you very much indeed. But it would be a considerable stretch to say that he was a very, very close friend. But he had the most extraordinary ability to bring extraordinary people together. And that's the bit that I remember, is going to the dinner parties where you would meet academics, politicians, people from the United Nations. I mean, it was a cosmopolitan group of what I would describe as US eminence.
Was that his appeal then? Was that what you, because you were perceived by the public as being the party prince. Was that something you shared?
I think that's also a bit of a stretch. I don't know why I've collected that title, because I never have really partied. I was single for quite a long time in the early 80s. But then after I got married, I was very happy. And I've
Wow, the liathon. You're lying. Virginia told us the truth. We heard her say it 3 times. Oh, Cyrus, you have a channel? Daisy says, check out Cyrus's channel, guys. Daisy Lee. I totally agree with you, Letitia. If I had a small child, boy or girl, no way would they be sleeping over at anyone's house. Hell no. No way, Jose. No, I don't know nothing. No, that's how stuff happens. A relative or somebody you know. No. Please share. Oh, thank you, Polo. Don't forget to check out Polo's Porch Fireball Friday tonight. You walking the pup? Hi, Stormy. What's up? It's so good to see you. Hello, hello, hello. Stormy. So happy he got divorced. Really? Can't do it. I know. I don't blame you. Yes. Well, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you're subscribed, Stormy. Okay. And hit that like button. We are talking about Andrew, the one that got arrested recently for trading secrets to Epstein. But we have just got through going through what Virginia went through with Andrew. So it kind of put this story in perspective for us. Hi, Mary.
Never really felt the need to go and party, and certainly going to Giuffre's was not about partying. Absolutely not.
You said you weren't very good friends, but would you describe him as a good friend? Did you trust him?
Yes, I think I probably did. But again, I mean, I don't go into a friendship looking for the wrong thing, if you understand what I mean. I'm an engaging person. I want to be able to engage. I want to find out. I want to learn. And so you have to remember that I was transitioning out of the Navy at the time. And in the transition, I wanted to find out more about what was going on, because in the Navy, it's a pretty isolated business because you're out at sea the whole time. And I was going to become the special representative for international trade and investment. So I wanted to know more about what was going on in the international business world. And so that was another reason for going there. And the opportunities that I had to go to Wall Street and other places to learn whilst I was there were absolutely vital.
He was your guest as well. In 2000, Epstein was a guest at Windsor Castle and at Sandringham. He was brought right into the heart of the royal family at your invitation.
But certainly at my invitation, not at the royal family's invitation. But remember that it was his girlfriend that was the key element in the
Windsor Castle and at Sandringham. He was brought right into the heart of the royal family at your invitation.
But certainly at my invitation, not at the royal family's invitation.
What difference does it make, Andrew, whose invitation it was for? You invited this PDF file into your home after the fact, after you knew why he went to jail. Why were you still hanging around him? He's in some trouble. Listen to his story. It ain't panning out.
But remember that it was his girlfriend that was the key element in this. He was the, as it were, plus one to some extent in that aspect.
Am I right in thinking you threw a birthday party for Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell,
They're
at
deleting your
Sandringham?
comments?
No, it was the shooting weekend.
A shooting
weekend. Oh, I'm sorry that that's happening. The love. What the heck, YouTube? Stop that, YouTube. Shame, shame, shame.
But certainly at my invitation, not at the royal family's invitation, but remember that it was his girlfriend that was the key element in this. He was the, as it were, plus one to some extent in that aspect.
Am I right in thinking you threw a birthday party for Epstein's girlfriend, Ghislaine Maxwell, at Sandringham?
No, it was a shooting weekend.
A shooting weekend.
Just a straightforward shooting weekend.
But during these times that he was a guest at Windsor Castle at Sandringham, the shooting weekend, we now know that he was and had been procuring young girls for sex trafficking.
We now know that. At the time, there was no indication to me or anybody else that that was what he was doing. And certainly, when I saw him either in the United States, when I saw him in the United States, or when I was staying in his houses in the United States, there was no indication.
In procuring young girls.
He
for
lying.
sex trafficking.
We now know that.
We now
At the
know
time,
that.
There was no indication to me or anybody else that that was what he was doing. And certainly, when I saw him either in the United States, when I saw him in the United States, or when I was staying in his houses in the United States, there was no indication, absolutely no indication. And if there was, you have to remember that at the time, I was patron of the NSPCC's Full Stop campaign, so I was close up with what was going on in those time about getting rid of abuse to children.
He is so full of it. First of all, Andrew, when you did found out about him, you still hung out with him. You still spent the night with him. You still went in New York to visit him. You knew at some point he was, and you still held a relationship with Giuffre Epstein. Come on.
And so I knew what the things were to look for, but I never saw them.
So you would have made that connection because you stayed with him, you were a visitor, a guest on many occasions at his homes, and nothing struck you as suspicious?
Nothing.
During that whole time?
Nothing.
Just for the record, you've been on his private plane.
Yes.
You've been to stay on his private island.
Yes.
You've stayed at his home in Palm Beach.
Yes.
You visited Ghislaine Maxwell's house in Belgravia in London.
Yes.
So in 2006, in May, an arrest warrant was issued for Epstein for sexual assault of a minor.
Yes.
In July, he was invited to Windsor Castle to your daughter, Princess Beatrice's 18th birthday. Why would you do that?
Because I was asking Ghislaine. But even so, at the time, I don't think certainly I wasn't aware when the invitation was issued what was going on in the United States. And I wasn't aware until the media picked up on it, because he never said anything about it.
He never discussed with you the fact that an arrest warrant had been issued. No. So he came to that party knowing police were investigating him.
Well, I'm not quite sure whether was it police that I don't know. You see, this is the problem.
It was the Palm Beach police at the time.
But I mean, I'm afraid, you see, this is the problem. Is that an awful lot of this was going on in the United States, and I wasn't a party to it, and I knew nothing about it.
In 2008,
he's lying. He had nothing to do with anything. He didn't know this was going on. It was going on in the United States. No, it was going on with Epstein, your friend. And you knew that. And you were hanging around the very people that you say that you wasn't. Andrew. He was definitely lying. Right, Temper. Hello, Temper. It's good to see you. Are you subscribed? And this was after the fact. That's right. Yeah. Sensitive, highly sensitive. Hello, welcome. Yes, it's just so weird. He's stuttering. He's all over the place. He can't even sit there with a straight face. It looked like I could just imagine him being questioned for those 11 hours and being like.
He was convicted of soliciting and procuring a minor for prostitution.
Oh!
He was jailed. This was your friend. How did you feel about it?
He was jailed.
Well, I ceased contact with him after I was aware that he was under investigation. And that was later on in 2006. And I wasn't in touch with him again until 2010. So,
okay, check this out. Check this out. Write down the timeline, guys. In 2006, he cut off communication. And then he didn't start talking to him again until 2010. What? He's jittery. He's moving around in his seat.
It was one of those things that somebody's going through that sort of thing. Well, I'm terribly sorry, I can't be.
So no contact.
No contact.
When he was serving time, there was no call, no letter, nothing there.
No.
He was released in July. Within months, by December of 2010, you went to stay with him at his New York mansion. Why? Why were you staying with a convicted sex offender?
Right. I have always, ever since this has happened, and since this has become, as it were, public knowledge that I was there, I've questioned myself as to why did I go, what was I doing, and was it the right thing to do?
Right, Mary.
Now, I went there with the sole purpose of saying to him that because he had been convicted, it was inappropriate for us to be seen together. And I
Who's named Lovely?
Had a number of people cancel me.
You can say Epstein's name.
Either to go and see him or not to go and see him. And I took the judgment call that because this was serious, and I felt that doing it over the telephone was the chicken's way of doing it. I had to go and see him and talk to him. And I went to see him.
He said calling him on the phone was a chicken way to tell him he doesn't want to be friends with him anymore. So he felt like he owed him a one-on-one.
And I was doing a number of other things in New York at the time. And we had an opportunity to go for a walk in the park. And that was the conversation, coincidentally, that was photographed, which was when I said to him, I said, look, because of what has happened, I don't think it is appropriate that we should remain in contact. And by mutual agreement during that walk in the park, we decided that we would part company, and I left, I think it was the next day. And to this day, I never had any contact with him from that day forward.
What did he say when you told him that you were breaking up the friendship?
He was what I would describe as understanding.
No, he got in contact with him because he was scared that Epstein was going to rat him out. That's what I believe. What kind of pictures do you have? What kind of files do you have on me? Like, what is it that you could possibly incriminate me in? That's what I think happened, is the reason why he got together with Epstein, because he wanted to know what kind of dirt he had on him. Everybody was shaking. It's so good. I know, the snacks are so good, Cyrus. It's an ice cream Snickers, and it's got caramel in it. It's delish. This is around the same time when the Queen started demoting him, if I'm correct. See, that's when she started to find out what was going on, Temper. She started to act. She started to do something. I commend her for that. Don't forget to hit the like or do. Okay, guys, we've been here 3 hours. We're going to come to a stop. Let's see where he's at in his conversation.
He didn't go into any great depth in the conversation about what I was doing or what he was doing, except to say that he'd accepted whatever it was, a plea bargain. He'd served his time, and
he didn't tell you what he was doing, so you didn't know. Andrew, you knew what he was doing. Let's rewind that. Look at that. He certainly didn't tell me what he was doing. But if he accepted a plea bargain, then it must have been true.
And to this day, I never had any contact with him from that day forward.
What did he say when you told him that you would break up the friendship?
I don't think it is appropriate that we should remain in contact. And by mutual agreement during that walk in the park, we decided that we would part company, and I left, I think it was the next day.
I don't believe it.
And to this day, I never had any contact with him from that day forward.
What did he say when you told him that you were breaking up the friendship?
He was what I would describe as understanding. He didn't go into any great depth in the conversation about what I was doing or what he was doing.
What I was doing.
Except.
What were you doing? What were you doing? Cecilia, yes, I am hungry. I'm all done. The snacks were great. Pinocchio.
I have to say that he'd accepted whatever it was, a plea bargain. He'd served his time, and he was carrying on with his life. You see what I mean? And I said yes, but I'm afraid to say that's as may be. But with all the attendant scrutiny on me, then I don't think it is a wise thing to do.
Who advised you then that it was a good idea to go and break up the friendship? Did that come from the palace? Was Her Majesty the Queen involved?
No. That came from. So there were a number of people who so some people from my staff, some people from friends and family I was talking to, and I took the decision that it was I had to show leadership, and I had to go and see him, and I had to tell him that's it.
He had to show leadership. That's showing leadership, like going to see him and telling him. No, calling him on the phone and saying, look, I didn't know you were doing that to young ladies. I don't want to have nothing else to do with you. No, he didn't do that. Instead, Andrew met him in the park and had a walk-a-do. Excuse me. and conversation with Epstein, because he wanted to know what kind of quote unquote dirt he had on Andrew. Andrew, I believe, was frightened. Snickers ice cream. Yes, it was so good. Ooh, ragu meat in Nana's special tomato sauce with spaghetti. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Yummy, guys. It's so fun. It was fun hanging out with you guys. I'm trying to get her to come to a stop.
That was December of 2010.
Yep.
He threw a party to celebrate his release, and you were invited as the guest of honor.
Oh,
Oh, you remember? You were the guest of honor? You're the guest of honor. That is big, Andrew, and you're supposed to be done hanging with him.
2010. That certainly wasn't a party to celebrate his release in December, because it was a small dinner party. There were only 8 or 10 of us, I think, at the dinner. If there was a party, then I'd know nothing about that.
You were invited to that dinner as a guest of honor.
Well, I was there, so there was a dinner. I don't think it was quite as you might put it, but yeah, okay. I was there at a dinner. Yeah.
I'm just trying to work this out, because you said you went to break up the relationship, and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long.
But I was doing a number of other things while I was there.
But you were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
It was a convenient place to stay.
What?
I've gone through this in my mind so many times.
It was a convenient place to stay, Andrew. To stay with a SA offender. You have been accused, and you're saying it was a convenience.
I don't think it was quite as you might put it, but yeah, okay. I was there at a dinner. Yeah.
I'm just trying to work this out, because you said you went to break up the relationship, and yet you stayed at that New York mansion several days. I'm wondering how long.
But I was doing a number of other things while I was there.
But you were staying at the house of a convicted sex offender.
Yeah.
It was a convenient place to stay. I've gone through this in my mind so many times. At the end of the day, with the benefit of all the hindsight that one could have, it was definitely the wrong thing to do.
Yes.
But at the time, I felt it was the honourable and right thing to do.
The leadership thing.
And I admit fully that my judgment was probably coloured by my tendency to be too honourable. But that's
too honorable. Did you see him toot his own horn just now, pat himself on the back, and said he tends to be too honorable? Pickles. Okay? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, guys. Please share the live. Thank you, Polo. Thank you, Daisy. He's making me cringe too. Talking about that was the most gentleman thing to do, was to reach out to him personally. Stop it, Andrew. You're digging yourself into a bigger, deeper, darker hole. They all in the same club. He gives me the icks. Ooh, says Daisy. He is full of excuses. Yep. He wanted to stay there. He could stay anywhere he could have. He chose to stay there. Yep, and we know why. You chose to stay there. Woo! Mary says, what a load of crap-a-doolittle. What a load of crap-a-doo.
Just the way it is.
Because during that time, those few days, witnesses say They saw many young girls coming and going at the time. There is video footage of Epstein accompanied by young girls.
Oh.
And you were there staying in his house, catching up with friends.
I mean, if they were, then I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them. I mean, you have to understand that his house, I described it more as almost as a railway station, if you know what I mean, in the sense that there were people coming in and out of that house all the time. What they were doing and why they were there, I had nothing to do with. So
Oh my God, he is so full of crap-a-doolittle. He said, I ain't had nothing to do with that. He said the house, he started talking about how big the house was and everything. And then he went into how he didn't have nothing to do with something. You're guilty. You didn't have nothing to do with what?
And you were there staying in his house, catching up with friends.
I mean, if they were, then I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them. I mean, you have to understand that his house. I described it more as almost as a railway station, if you know.
A rolling
station.
station.
That there were people coming in and out of that
In and
house
out.
all the time. What they were doing and why they were there, I had nothing to do with. So
He said, them being there, they was going in and out. It was like a rolling station. And these people were going in and out of Epstein's house. And he said, I didn't have anything to do with them, with that. Trying to distance himself from what was going on in Epstein's orbit. That's what you're doing. That's what you are doing. You done got caught up in this BS, and now you're trying to deflect and gaslight us into thinking that you are not the one. It is, he started off talking about how big the house was and what the house looked like. And then he ended with, I had nothing to do with it. I had nothing to do with it. Yes, you did. Pickles says, Cyrus, please tell us you stand at 4'11". Maureen says, Andrew, Andrew has one of those faces you never get bored slapping. Pickles and 4 feet 11 inches. Lisa, so he didn't raise a flag that people were going in and out, seems to be because he was involved. Exactly. I didn't see anything, and I had nothing to do with anything. Like whatever was going on, I had nothing to do with it. You in denial. Yes. Woo. You're 5'7", just a little bit. Okay. Daisy's 5 feet. I'm about 5'5".
I'm afraid I can't make any comment on that because I
He can't even make a comment on it. But before he make a comment on it, he said he had nothing to do with them coming in and out. It was like a revolving door. But I had nothing to do with that because I don't know what was going on. You have
to understand that his house, I described it more as almost as a.
They saw many young girls coming and going at the time. There is video footage of Epstein accompanied by young girls, and you were there staying in his house, catching up with friends.
I mean, if they were, then I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them. I mean, you have to understand that his house.
You never saw who?
Coloured by my tendency to be too honourable, but
too honourable,
just the way it is.
Because during that time, those few days, witnesses say they saw many young girls coming and going at the time. There is video footage of Epstein accompanied by young girls.
Wow.
And you were there staying in his house, catching up with friends.
I mean, if they were.
Now, watch how he stutters. And watch how he deflects. Watch how he pretends he knows nothing about it. But he doesn't deny that he didn't see anything. He doesn't deny it. Check it out.
Then I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them. I mean, you have to understand that his house. I described it more as almost as a railway station, if you know what I mean, in the sense that there were people coming in and out of that house all the time. What they were doing and why they were there, I had nothing to do with. So I'm afraid I can't make any comment on that because I really don't know.
Another guest was.
I mean, if they were, then. I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them. I mean, you have to understand that
coming and going at the time. There is video footage of Epstein accompanied by young girls, and you were there staying in his house, catching up with friends.
I mean, if they were, then I wasn't a party to any of that. I never saw them. I mean. You have to understand that his house. I described it more as almost as a railway station, if you know what I mean, in the sense that there were people coming in and out of that house all the time. What they were doing and why they were there, I had nothing to do with. So I'm afraid I can't make any comment on that because I really don't know.
Another guest was John Brockman, the literary agent. Now, he described seeing you there getting a foot massage from a young Russian woman. Did that happen?
No.
You're absolutely sure or you can't remember?
Absolutely sure.
So John Brockman's statement is false?
Well, I don't know Mr. Brockman, so I don't know what he's talking about.
But that definitely wasn't you getting a foot massage from a Russian girl in Jeffrey Epstein's house?
No.
It might seem a funny way to break off a friendship, a 4-day house party of sorts with a dinner. It's an odd way to break up a friendship. It's a difficult way of putting it. That's a very
stark way of putting it. Yes, you're absolutely right. But actually, the truth of it is that I actually only saw him for about the dinner party, the walk in the. I mean,
It might seem a funny way to break off a friendship, a 4-day house party of sorts with a dinner. It's an odd way to break up a friendship.
It's a difficult way of putting it. That's a very stark way of putting it. Yes, you're absolutely right. But actually, the truth of it is that I actually only saw him for about the dinner party, the walk in the park, and probably passing. In the passage.
So let's go to that Central Park walk, which was snapped. Friends of yours suggest that Epstein wanted that photo taken. Perhaps he'd even set it up. Do you worry that you were being played?
Again, new information is coming out since his suicide has made us reappraise that walk in the park. We can't find any evidence, or my staff and my people and I can't find any evidence to suggest that that was what he was doing. I mean, you can look at it in so many different ways. The fact of the matter is that somebody very cleverly took that photograph. It wasn't, as far as I remember, nor do my security people remember anybody being present or close, because there were enough security around. I mean, there are even photographs of the security people are around in the photograph. So I mean, he could have done, but
I guess what I'm asking is, do you
ways? The fact of the matter is that somebody very cleverly took that photograph. It wasn't, as far as I remember, nor do my security people remember anybody being present or close, because there were enough security around. I mean, there are even photographs of the security people are around in the photograph. So I mean, he could have done, but
I guess what I'm asking is, do you feel that you were part of Epstein's public rehabilitation?
Oh, no. Funny enough, I don't. No. I mean, if people remember anybody.
All right, guys, we're going to stop it there. And we will be back this afternoon. I will be at Annabelle's at 2:15. Check out Annabelle, okay? It is, Mary. It is so entertaining to watch him lie. Okay? That's what we've been doing. Watching him lie. So we're to be continued. Okay? I'm gonna leave that up. And I'm gonna leave the one up for her father. We got Virginia speaking out a little bit more. So let me go here. Let me save it. It's saved. Let me see if this is saved. Yep. And there was one more. There was one more. Save. Okay, we got it. All right, guys. I love you guys. This was fun to do. Really quick before we go. Let's do an update on Nancy. Let's do an update on Nancy.
I really, really appreciate it. Please click to subscribe. I appreciate all your support. It is now day 33 in the search for Nancy Guthrie. It's kind of a windy day here in Arizona. It's Thursday. A couple of new developments to get to in this episode. First of all, there were FBI teams back on the ground in Nancy's neighborhood, talking to neighbors. I've got some insight into the questions that they were asking. I'll explain what that might mean in this episode. Also, there were these forensic experts who were responsible for digging into Brian Kohberger's phone after the FBI got their hands on his phone. And I talked to them in this episode about what they make of the Nancy Guthrie case. And there are two really interesting things they brought up. First of all, outside Nancy's house, there's terrible cell phone service. I mean, just terrible. Why that could actually have an impact on sort of the cell phone data and the tracking that the FBI is trying to do right now. And then also why they believe that the suspect could not only be from the Tucson area, but could actually be right in this neighborhood or right in this vicinity. And they are not the first experts who have told me that they think that. So I'm going to get into that. You're going to hear from them. Also, retired FBI agent, my friend Maureen O'Connell, is going to join me to break down some of the latest developments. All of it's coming up in this episode of Brian and
We do have more to get to this morning, including the latest on the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. Today, marking 34 days since she went missing. Savannah came back here and visited everyone here in Studio 1A after yesterday's show. We're going to have more on that emotional reunion a little later for you. But first, there are new developments in the search, including the FBI investigators back canvassing Nancy's neighborhood in Tucson. NBC's Liz Kreutz has more on all of that. Liz, good morning.
Hi, Laura. Good morning to you. Yeah, investigators with both the Sheriff's Department and the FBI were back out in Nancy's neighborhood yesterday, going door to door.
Britney Spears gets arrested for DUI, and people around her think this could be the best thing that's happened to her in a long time. Let me explain why. So we broke a story earlier this morning that Britney Spears was arrested in Ventura County, not far from her home in Westlake Village. She was arrested at around 9 p.m. Wednesday night for DUI, stopped for an alleged DUI.
See you later, Mary.
She did not go directly to the jail, though. First, police took her to the hospital. We're told that she was taken to the hospital because they wanted to draw blood to figure out what her blood alcohol level was. And also, according to police dispatch, the officers who were on the scene wanted a drug recognition expert to come out there and to evaluate Britney. They could not get that expert out there. So she ends up going to the hospital where they drew blood. Now, we don't know the results of that blood alcohol testing yet, but we do know that people close to Britney say she has been telling people that her blood alcohol content was 0.06. The legal limit is 0.08, but keep in mind, you don't have to hit 0.08 to be charged with DUI, depending on what the officers observed. And we don't know that yet, exactly what they saw that made them pull over Britney, but you can still be hit with a DUI even if you're not at 0.08 or higher. Why people think this is a good thing for Britney? Look, she went through a lot last night. After the hospital, she went to the jail. She was there. She was booked at around 3 a.m. We were told that she was actually pretty agreeable with police. She did not make a scene or anything. The one thing is we were told that there was a lot of crying, and she was there for another 3 hours before she was bailed out. Around 6 a.m., she was released by police. This could be a good thing because Britney has been going through a lot, right? And we have seen this ever since the conservatorship was ended, that she's alone. She doesn't have a lot of people in her life. She spends most of her days by herself. She does have an assistant. She has a manager, Cade Hudson, but you know, Cade can't be there at all times. So
All right.
is a wake-up call, and a wake-up call that is long overdue, according to Britney's manager, Cade Hudson, who told us that she understands that this was a big mistake. She is going to accept responsibility for this.
Oh, wow. Poor Britney. Free Britney. Hi, Auntie Mickey. How are you? It's so good to see you. Oh, it's been a minute. I'm going to drop the link just in case you want to come up. Oh, bye, Cyrus. We're going to miss you. Bye, Cyrus. Have a wonderful day. That's what's going on with Britney. Yeah, it's good to see you. I'm going to hit the stop button. I hope you guys, I know she's taking a break. Auntie Mickey's been taking a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Rockadoo, little rockadoo. Check out Auntie Mickey's house. So good to see you. Lisa. Oh, they're trying to say that Brittany needed this, and good for her. She may need a new conservatorship and all this stuff. What do you guys think? I just think that sweeping and swerving in and out of traffic isn't good at all.
And take the steps to comply with the law. Now, this is the interesting part of what Cade said to us. He said, hopefully, this can be the first step in a long overdue change that needs to occur in Brittany's life. Hopefully, she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time. And he goes on to say that her sons will be spending time with her, and that he's hoping that her loved ones will help her come up with a plan here that is overdue in her need to set up for success for her well-being. He doesn't say rehab, but it certainly sounds like that's what he's talking about. We are told by other people in Brittany's life, that they're hoping that once this ends up in court, that a judge is going to see that she does need help.
Auntie Mickey, it is so good to see you. Thank you for stopping by. I miss you too. Yeah, her brand been in trouble. Breaking news, Netflix dumps Meghan Markle in latest blow, in trouble as ever brand. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Megadoo. Uh-oh. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. I know we've been here a few hours. Oh, wow. The Royal News Network mentioned it 1 minute ago. Meghan left humiliated after awkward moment with Harry. No, Palace reports. Meghan left humiliated by Harry. She is not happy. Thank you for that update, Demon Dictator. I don't see it anywhere. I do see it here. Hold on.
Meghan Markle stuck in development hell when it comes to their alleged Netflix products, because as it turns out, the entire industry is changing. And Harry and Meghan seem very much to be stuck in constant development when it comes to their scripted programs. I mean, Meet Me for the Lake was announced back in 2023, and we have literally no movement on that product as far as we're aware. And Page Six is reporting that maybe even the first look deal that Harry and Meghan got with Netflix might be soon to dissolve. And I wouldn't be super surprised, because there's so much going on in the entertainment industry. And Harry and Meghan, unfortunately, not only are they not talented in this particular industry at all, they chose the absolute worst time to join the program. Because yes, there was a heyday back there in 2020, but that is officially dead. The entire industry is essentially collapsing, and Harry and Meghan might soon find themselves not only out of work, but probably a little bit out of money too. So guys, we are going to get into all this today, but if you haven't been to Royal News Network before, my name is Brittany. I do provide compelling royal commentary, so please hit that subscribe button. I'd absolutely love.
Okay, guys. I'm gonna go take me a nap. Okay. Okay, Auntie Mickey, see you soon. Page 6. Let me go to page 6. I don't see it. Nancy is back on the Today Show, not back, but hold on. Okay. All right, guys. Love you. So come back tonight. I'll be back, and we'll have another party. We're gonna do trivia. I'm gonna come up with some stuff, maybe do a couple of games of that, and then have a few cocktails and call it a night. I'll be back at 2:15 with Annabelle, so check me out. I may be streaming from my place. Love you guys. Mwah.